All right, welcome in everybody. Got a nice little what's that? Got Denise clerking today. Nice little shorthorn bull calf here in the ring. He's ready to eat too. Look at him. He's hungry. 754. All right, here we go. What do you want? Hey, hey, hey. Gonna be 500. Gonna be 5 right there. 600. 600. Gonna be 7, 8 here. Gonna be 8. 700 now. 8. 700. 800 now. 9. 9 here. Gonna be 1,000. 1,000 here. Gonna be 1,000. 1,000. 1,100. 1,000. Gonna be 1,025. 1,025. Gonna be 1,025. 1,050 here. 1,025. Gonna be 1,050. 1,025. Gonna be 1,050. 50. 50. Gonna be 50. 50. 50. 1,025. Gonna be 1,050, 1,025, little money with Lancaster, you going 1,050 on it, little money can be 1,050, 1,025, little money can be 1,050, all in and all done. Sold it to you, 1,025, your way. Did you catch his numbers? I don't see it either. All right, what do we got? A couple little Angus cross heifers here. Here we go. Buy one or two. 500. Gonna be 5, 5, 5. Gonna be 5 right there. And 600. Gonna be 5, 600. Where? 5 here. Gonna be 600. 5, 600. Where? Gonna be 600 here. 5. Gonna be 60. Gonna be 5 and 6 here. 5. Gonna be 600. 600. Gonna be 7. Now 700. Gonna be 7, 7, 6, 650 here. Gonna be 700. Who do 7 to 750? 750 here. How about 725? Gonna be 750 here. 775. Gonna be 775 and 800 here. Now 825. Gonna be 825. 850 here, little money gonna be 875, little money 875 gonna be 999, 925, 925, little money gonna be 925, 900 here, little money gonna be 925, where little money gonna be 925, 500, little money who'd be 925 gonna be 950, now 975, 975, little money to 1,000, little money be 1,025, little money gonna be 1,025, 500, little money around you gotta be 1,025, all in, all done, 1,000 here, 1,025, all in and all done. All in and all done. 1,000 your way there. What's your number today? 63. 63. Is that a permanent one now? Attaboy. Attaboy. Good bull there. 250, gonna be 250, 50, 50 by the pound, money gonna be 225, money gonna be 225, 5, 225, money gonna be 227 a hand, money gonna be 230, now 232 and a hand, 235, 237 a hand, money 40, 42 and a hand, 245, 247 a hand, money gonna be 250, 252 and a half, 255, 257 a hand, 260 here, 262 and a hand, money gonna be 235, 237 a hand, gonna be 270, 272 and a half, 275, 277 a hand, money who to be 80, 82 and a hand, money 282 and a hand, money gonna be 285, 287 and a hand, gonna be 290 here, money gonna be 292 and a half, 290 here, gonna be 292 and a half. Now 295, 297 and a half, 297. Little money gonna be 333. Little money 302 and a hand. Little money gonna be 305. Little money gonna be 307 and a hand. Little money 310 here. Little money 307 and a hand. Little money gonna be 310. 307 and a hand. Little money gonna be 310, 10, 10, and 310, 10, 10. Little money 307 and a hand. Little all in, all done right there. 307 and a half your way. 307 and a half your way. Put it on the 80s. 8. Shit. Sorry, Mike. Hey, what do we got here? One more time around there, Junior. What do we got? Big bull, big bull. I got a note on this one here somewhere. Here we go. That's not the one. Here it is. AI Black Angus Bull. Born April 4th, 2024. Out of easygoing calving sire. Comes from Ellensburg. Got rid of the cows, so don't need them. Here we go. Hey, 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 be buck 55. Be 155, fine. Be 155, fine. Be 155, fine. 150. 150 where? Be 150, 50, 50. Be 150. Gonna be 150 here. Be 150. Now 150 do it hand. 150 here. 150 do it hand. Be 155, fine. Be 155. 150 do it hand. 150 here. Gonna be 150 do it hand. 155. 167 hand. 170 here. 177 hand. 177 half here. Gonna be 170. 167 hand. Money gonna be 170 where? Gonna be 170. 170. 170 do it hand. Money gonna be 172 and a half. 175. 175. 177 hand. Money gonna be 180 here. 180. 80. 177 hand. Money gonna be 180 where? Money gonna be 180. 80. 80. Money gonna be 180. 177 half. 180. 182 and a half. 182 hand. Money 185. 87 hand. Money gonna be 190 here. Money 187 hand. Money gonna be 190. 187 hand. Money would be 90. 187 hand. Money gonna be 190 where? Money who did money 187 hand. Gonna be 190. 90. 90 all in and all done. All in and all done. 187 and a half going your way. 187 and a half your way. Another bull here. $2 here. Money gonna be 2, 2, 2. Money 2 right there. And a 2, 2 hand. Money 2, 2 hand. Money to 5. Money gonna be 5, 7 hand. Money to 10, 12 and a half here. Gonna be 215. 215. Money 15 here and 217 and a hand. Money gonna be 220 to 222 hand. Money gonna be 225, 7 and a half here. Gonna be 230. Now 232 hand. Money gonna be 235, 237 hand. Money gonna be 235 here. Gonna be 237 hand. Gonna be 240, 240, 240. We got a guy over here behind the door. 240, 242 hand. Money gonna be 245, 5 hand. Money gonna be 245, 247 hand. Gonna be 250 over here. 252 and a hand, gonna be 255, 257 and a hand, money gonna be 257 and a half, 257 and a half, 257 and a half, gonna be 260, now 262 and a half, 265, money gonna be 267 and a half, 265, money gonna be 267 and a half, gonna be 270, 272 and a half, 275, money gonna be 277 and a half, 77 and a half, money gonna be 280, money gonna be 280, 280, 277 and a half, gonna be 280 here, 282 and a half, money 282 and a half, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, 287 and a half, 287 and a half, 285, 287 and a half, money 290 here, money gonna be 292 and a half, money gonna be 292 and a half by the pound, 295, money gonna be 297 and a half, 297 and a half, money 297 and a half, money to 333 and 32 and a half, money gonna be 302 and a half, money gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, 302 and a half, money gonna be 302 and a half, money money $3 here, gonna be 302 and a half, 302 and a half. Our Michael over there, 302 and a half, money gonna be $3 here, gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, 302 and a half, all in and all done. $3 your way, $3 your way, 611, 611, thank you. Another bowl looks like from here. Another bowl. $1.50 here. 50, 50, 50, 150 do it a hand. Money gonna be 150 do it a hand. Money here. Money gonna be 150 do it a hand. 150 do it a hand. 155. Money gonna be 155. 50 do it a hand. Money gonna be 150 here. Money gonna be 150 do it a half. 175. Money 175. Gonna be 177 a hand. Gonna be 170 here. Money gonna be 170 here. Gonna be 170 do it a hand. Money gonna be 175. 77 and a half. 180 here. Money 80 do it a hand. Money gonna be 180 do it a half. 180 do it a hand. Money gonna be 185. 187 a hand. Gonna be 190 here. Money gonna be 190. 90 do it a hand. Money gonna be 90 do it a hand. 190. 192 and a half, little money can be 195, 197 and a half here, little money can be $2 here, little money 2 and a half, 2 and a half, little money to 5, little money 7 and a half, little money 10, little 12 and a half, little 15 here, going to be 17 and a half, 217 and a half, 215 here, little money can be 217 and a half, little money to 220, little money to 20, 217 and a half, going to be 220 where, 217 and a half, little money can be 220, 20, 20, 20, 22, 20, 20, all in and all done, all in and all done. You bought it 217 and a half. Put it on 602. Put it on 602. Thank you. Another bowl. 150 here, little money, 50 now, 50 do it, and little money, 150 do it, and little money, be 150 do it, and little money to 55, 5, little money, who do 55, 57, and little money can be Zidki here, and Ziddy do it, and little money can be 55, 5, 167 and little money, 70 here, little money, 130 do it, and little 135, gonna be little 135, gonna be 137 and little money can be 180 here, 180 here, little money, 180 do it, and little money can be 185, 5, little 85, gonna be 87 and little money, 190 here, little money, do 90, 92 and a half, 92 and a half, 190 here, little money can be 192 and little money, little money can be 192 to have, 190 here, little money can be 192 to have, 192 to have, all in a 192 to have, 195, little money, 195, 5, 197 to have here, little money, 197 and a half, gonna be 222, 222 and a half here, little money to 5, little money can be 5, 2, 5, 7 and a half here, and gonna be 10, now 10, 10, 10, little money, 2, 10, 10, 12 and a half, little money, 215, little money, 15, 15, gonna be 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 20, little money, 220, 222, little money, gonna be 220 here, now 222 and a half, 220 here, little money, gonna be 222 and a half, 222 and a half, 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 all in and all done. 220 Ronsway, 220 Ronsway. Ain't got no Dave Camper. Here we go. 250 here. Gonna be 280, 220, 20, 20. Gonna be 220. Gonna be 220, 220, 220. Now 222. 222 and a half here. Gonna be 222 and a half. And 220 here. Gonna be 222 and a half. And gonna be 222 and a half. 222 and a half. 222 and 222 and 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. 230, 30. Gonna be 230, 30, 30, 30. Now 232 and a half. 235. 235 here. Gonna be 237 and a half. Gonna be 40 here, 42 and a half, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, gonna be 245, 5, little money, gonna be 245, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, little money, 50 here, little money, 50, 50, 50, 52 and a half, little money, 52 and a half, gonna be 255, 5, 255, 5, 257 and a half, little money, 55 here, little money, 257 and a half, 255, little money, 257 and a half, 255 here, little money, gonna be 257 and a half, all in and all done, all in and all done. Sold it to you, 255 right there, 622, 255, 622, thank you. Here's another one here. Hey, hey, hey. 240. Maybe 40, 40, 40. 230. Money can be 30, 30. Money can be 30, 30. Money could be money can be 30, 30. 220. 220. Money be 220, 20, 20, 20. $2 here. Money be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and a hand. Money can be 5 here. Now 5, 7 and a hand. Money 10. 212 and a hand. 15 here. Going to be 17 and a hand. Money can be 220. Now 222 and a hand. Money 25. 27 and a hand. Going to be 230 and 232 and a half. 235. 37 and a hand. Money can be 40 here. Money 40, 40, 40, 42 and a half. Here going to be 42 and a half. 242 and a half. Little money can be 242 and a half. 240 here. Little money can be 242 and a half. 240 here. Little money can be 242 and a half. Half hand. Little money now 242 and a half. 242 and a half. Little money can be 242 and a half. 242 and a half. All in, all done. Going up top. 240. 240 on 364. 364. Thank you. Here's a beauty. Yeah. What's that say? 581. 2 months bread. Here we go. $120 here. Little money. 120. Little money. Be 22 at a hand. Little money. Be 120 here. Little money. Be 122 at a hand. Little money. 122. Little money. Be 122 here. You're gonna be 122 and a half. Where? 122 at a hand. Little money. Be 122 at a hand. Little money. 120 here. Little money. Be 122 and a half. Who's looking for a bread black heifer? 122 at a hand. Little money. Be 120. Little money. Little money. Hey, hey, hey. Little money. Be 120 here. Little money. Be 122 and a half. 125. Little money. 127 at a hand. 127 at a hand. Little money. Be 30, 30. Little money. 132 and a half. And 135. Little money. 35, 5, 37 and a hand. Little money gonna be 140. Little money 140. Now 142 and a hand. Gonna be 145. 145, 7 and a half. Now 50 here. Little money gonna be 150, 50, 52 and a hand. Little money gonna be 152 and a hand. Little 150 here. Gonna be 152 and a half. 150 here. Little money 152 and a half. Now 155, 5, 5. Little money gonna be 157 and a hand. Little money city here. Little money 160, 162 and a half. 165. Little money 135, 5, 5. 177 and a hand. Little money gonna be 170 here. Little money 172 and a half. 175. Little money gonna be 175, 77 and a hand. Little money 180 here. Little money gonna be 182 and a hand. Little money 185, 5, 5. 187 and a hand. Little money would have 90 here. Little money 192 and a hand. Little 195. Little money 5, 5, 7 and a half. $2 here. Little money 2, 2, 2, 2 little money 2, 2 and a hand. Gonna be 2, 5. Little money 5, 7 and a half here. Little money 2, 10, 10, 10, 10. 207 and a half. 210 where? Little money 210, 10, 10. 207 and a half. Little money would have 210, 10. 207 and a half. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All in and all done. Sold it to Michael 207 and a half. 63. 207 and a half. 63 buyer. Here's a good little steer here. Gonna be a steer. I think we banded him yesterday. Little black baldy steer. Here we go. He needed a little attitude adjustment. Here we go. Little hey, hey, hey. Little money gonna be 250 here. Little money gonna be 250, 50. Little money gonna be 250 by the pound. Little money gonna be 250, 50. 225. Little money 225. Little money gonna be 227 and a hand. Little money 225, 5, gonna be 227 and a half. 225, 227 and a half. Where? 227 and little money gonna be 227 and a hand. Little money 30, 30, 30. Little money 230 here. Little money gonna be 230. 227 and a half, 30. 227 and a half, 230. Little money 232 and a hand. Little money 235, 237 and a hand. Little money gonna be 240, 40, 40, 40, 40. Be careful. 240 to little money, 242 to hand. Little money gonna be 245, 5, 5. Little he's not bluffing. 245. Little money gonna be 245, 247 a hand. Little money 247 a hand. Gonna be 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. 250 here. Little money 250, 50, 50. 252 to hand. Little money 255, 57 a hand. Little 255, 257 a hand. 230 here. Little money 230 and 232 to hand. Gonna be 235, 37 a half. Now 70 here. Little money 272 to hand. 275, 277 a hand. Gonna be 280, 282 and a half. 282 and a half. 280 here. Little money gonna be 282 to half. Where? Little money gonna be 280 here. Little money gonna be 2 and a half. 280 here. Little money gonna be 282 and a half. 280 here. Little money 282 and a half. All in and all done. 280 Ron's way, 280 Ron's way. 88. There he goes, there he goes. Told you he wasn't bluffing. You should have seen him before the band. He's terrible. Hey, little black bull there. $3 here, money gonna be three, money gonna be 2, 3 right there. Now 302 at a hand, 302 at a hand, 305, money 5, 5, 5, 7 a hand, money gonna be 310, 312 at a hand, money 315 here, 317 at a hand, money gonna be 220, 222 at a hand, money gonna be 325, 327 at a hand, money gonna be 330, 330, now 332 at a hand, gonna be 335, 5, 5, now 337 and a half, 340, 342 at a hand, money gonna be 345, 347 at a hand, gonna be 350 here, gonna be 352 and a half, now 55, 57 at a hand, money gonna be 60 here, gonna be 62 at a hand, gonna be 65, 5, 5. 367 a hand, little money in a 70 here, gonna be 72 at a hand, gonna be 75, 77 a hand, gonna be 380, 382 at a hand, little money 385, 87 a hand, gonna be 90 here, and 392 at a hand, 395, 397 a hand, gonna be $4. Now 402 at a hand, little money in a 5, 5, 5, 7 a half here, gonna be 10, little money to be 12 and a half. Now 415, 412 at a hand, little money gonna be 415. Where little money gonna be 415, 412 at a hand, little money gonna be 415, 415, 412 and a half, 15. All in and all done. You bottom 412 and a half right there, 63, 412 and a half, 63. Here's one of them nice British whites here. What do we got? She's a heifer. Open one, open and okay. $1.65, little money gonna be 135, 5, little money gonna be $1.65 here, little money gonna be 150, 50, little money gonna be 50, 50, 50, little money gonna be 150, 150, where little money 125, little 125, 27 and little money gonna be 130, 30, 30, 132 and little money gonna be 135, 37 and a half, 140, 142 and a half, little money gonna be 45, 5, 5, 47 and a half, little money 47 and a half, gonna be 150 here, little money 152 and a half, 152 and a half, little money gonna be 155, 155, 5, 5, 155 right there, 157 and a half, 155 little money, 157 a hand, little city here, gonna be 1 city here, 1 city here, little money, 132 a hand, gonna be 135, 5, 5, 167 a half, 167 a hand, little money, gonna be 170 here, little 170 here, little money, 172 a hand, 170 here, little money, gonna be 172 and a half, 170 here, 172 a hand, little money, 175, 5, 5, little money, 177 a half here, gonna be 177 a hand, who do it 80 here, gonna be 180, 180 here, little money, 180, 180, 180, 180, 180, 182 a half, 182 and a half, 185, little money, 185, 5, 5, 187 a half here, little money, gonna be 187 a half, and 90 here, 190 here, little money, 190, 192 and little money, 192 and gonna be 195, 5, 5, little money, 197 and a half, 197 and a half, $2 here, little money, 2, 2 and a hand, little money, half, gonna be 205, little money, 5, 5, gonna be 7 and a half, 2, 7 and a half, 210, 210, little money, be 10, 10, 10, little money, gonna be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 2, 7 and a half, 10, 2, 7 and a half up top, 210 where, little money, gonna be 2, 10, 10, 10, 2, 7 and a half, little money, 2, 10, 10, 10, little money, who to be 10, 2, 7 and a half, and 10, 207 and a half, and 10, all in and all done right here. 207 and a half, 621, 207 and a half, 621, thank you. Yeah, the buy in the top corner. 626. Yep. Look at this little heifer here, 623 down there. What do we know about this one? 623. Okay, Nick Jones cattle here. Yep. $4. Now little money gonna be 4, 2 and a hand, little money, little money, $4 here, little 4, 2 and a hand, gonna be 4, 5, little money, 7 and a hand, gonna be 10, little money, 12 and a half here, 15, 17 and a half. Now 420, little money, 422 and a hand, little 425, 7 and a hand, gonna be 30, 140, 32 and a hand, gonna be 435, 37 and a hand, gonna be 40, 42 and a hand, gonna be 45, 5, 5, 442 and a hand, gonna be 445, little money, gonna be 445, 5, 5, little money, who do it 445, 442 and a hand, little money, gonna be 445, 445, 442 and a hand, little money, gonna be 445, all in and all done. All in and all done, 442 and a half, going on 63, 442 and a half, going on 63, thank you. You betcha. Good one here. Little money can be 275. Little money can be 275. 5 high. Little money can be 275. Little money 250 here. Little money can be 250, 50, 50. 250 here. Little money can be 250, 50, 50, 50, 50. 235. Little money can be 235. 5 high. 235. Little money who do with 235. 235. 235. Little money 220. Little money 220. 222 to hand. Little 222 to hand. 225. 227. Little money can be 30 and 32 to hand. Can be 35. 237 and a half. 240. Little money 242 to hand. Little money 245, 47 a hand, little money, 50, 50, 50, 50, 52 to hand, little money, give me 255, 57 a half, 260 here, now 257 a hand, little money, give me 260, now 262 to hand, little money, 262 to hand, gonna be 265, 267 a half here, 267 a hand, gonna be 270, now 272 to hand, little money, gonna be 272 to hand, 275, little money, 75, 5, 5, 5, 5, 272 and a half here, little money, 275, 77 a hand, little money, gonna be 277 and a half, 80 here, little money, 82 and a half, 282 to hand, gonna be 285, little money, 287 and a half here, little money, gonna be 287 and a half, now 290, 292 to hand, little money, gonna be 292 to have, 295, 5, 5, 297 and a half here, little money, who to be 297 and a half, gonna be 333, now 302 to hand, little money, $3 here, little money, gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, little money, gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, little money, who to be 302 and a half, $3 here, little money, gonna be 302 and a half, all in and all done. $3 Mike's Place 63, $3 on 63. Here's a nice gentle one here, 562. Out of registered stock, wormed a month ago. Nice effort. Jonathan's. Here we go. Add a little female to your herd here. Hey. Gonna be $165 here. 175, 177 to hand. Little money, 170, 172 to hang. Gonna be 175, 77 and a half. 180, 182 to hang. Gonna be 185, 87 to hang. Gonna be 190 here. 192 to hang. Gonna be 195, 97 to hang. Gonna be $2 here. 2 and a half. 205, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half. Little money, 15, 17 and a hang. Gonna be 220, 222 to hang. Gonna be 225, 5, 5, 227 to hang. Gonna be 230, 227 and a half. 230, 227 to hang. Little money, 30, 32 to hang. Little money, 32 to hang. Gonna be 235, 237 to hang. Gonna be 240 here. 242 to hang, gonna be 245, 247 hang, gonna be 50, 252 to hang, gonna be 255, 57 hang, gonna be 230 here, 232 and a half, 265, 237 and a half, 267 and a half, 265 here, little money, gonna be 267 and a half, 235, gonna be 267 and a half, 265, little money, gonna be 267 and a half, 267 and a half, all in and all done. 265 going on 63, 265, 63. Why is it just a J? Kicks it out. Here we go, a little one here, hey, $3 here, $3, gonna be 333, gonna be 333, 275, 275, gonna be 275, 5, 5, 250, gonna be 250, 252 to half, 252 to hand, little money, 255, 57 to hand, little money, gonna be 260 here, gonna be 262 to hand, gonna be 265, 77 to half, 270, 272 to hand, 275, 277 to hand, 280 here, 282 to hand, gonna be 285, 287 to hand, gonna be 290 here, 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 7 and a half, $3, $3 here, little money, 333, little money, 302 to hand, little money 5, little 7 a hand, little 10, little money 12 and a hand, gonna be 15 here, 317 and a hand, gonna be 320, little money 322 to hand, gonna be 325, 5, 5, 327 and a half, 325, little money gonna be 327 a hand, little money 325, little money who do be 327 and a half, 325, little money gonna be 327 and a half, 327 and a half, all in and all done. 325 going on 63, 325 on 63. Nice Charlet steer. Nice steer. Let's get a weight on him. $9.95. $9.95, 5 pounds short of 1,000. What do you want to know here? Here we go. Gonna be $2 here. Gonna be two. Get right to the chase here. Gonna be two. Money who do with $2 here. Thank you. Now 202 to hand. Money to find. Money to 5, 7 and a half here. Money to 210 here. Gonna be 212 to hand. Money 215. Gonna be 217 and a half. 220. 222 to hand. Money 225. 227 to hand. Gonna be 230 here. 232 to hand. Gonna be 235. 237 and a half. 240. Money to 242 to hand. 240 here. Gonna be 242 and a half. 240 here. Money gonna be 242 to hand. Money who do 242 to half. Money who do 242 to half. 240 here, little money, gonna be 242 to half, 242 to hang, gonna be 245, 5, gonna be 247 and a half, 247 and a half, 250 here, little money, 252 to hand, little money, gonna be 252 to half, and 252 to hang, gonna be 255, 257 and a half, 257 to hand, little money, gonna be 257 to hang, gonna be 260 here, little money, gonna be 262 and a half, 262 and a half, how about 261, 262, little 263, little money, gonna be 263, 264 here, gonna be 265, 265, little money, 5, 265, 266 here, little money, 267, 267, little money, money 238, and little money 238, gonna be 239.99, gonna be 239.99, 270, 271, little money 111, little money gonna be 111, 272 here, gonna be 272, and 3 up top, little money 273, 3, little money 273, 3, 274 here, gonna be 274, 275, 5, 275, 5, little money gonna be 275, gonna be 276 here, little 276, gonna be 277, 277, 277, little money gonna be 277, 77, gonna be 278, little who to be 278, gonna be 279.99, who to be 279 up top, 279.80, 280 here, 279, little money who to be 80, 80, 80, 279, little money gonna be 280, 279 and 80, all in and all done. 279 up top, 279 up top. Sold to you. Buyer 633, is that what I see? 633. Yeah. Oh, that's who that is. Oh, we got a black bull here. $1.75. Gonna be 175, 5, gonna be 175, 5, gonna be 150, 50, 50, 50, 50, 150 right there. Did you say that? I'm sorry. 150, now 150, do it a hand. Money 150 here, money gonna be 150, do it a half, hand. Money now 150, do it a half. 150 here, money gonna be 150, do it a half, hand. Money gonna be 150, do it a half. 150 here, 150, do it a half. 155, money here we go. 155, 57 a hand, gonna be 160. Now 160, do it a hand. Money 135, 137 a hand, gonna be 170 here, money gonna be 170, do it a hand, gonna be 175. 172 down, little money gonna be 175. Where little money gonna be 175. 5 out. Let's get a weight. He says. Let's see what it weighs. 172 down, little money gonna be 175. 172 down, little money gonna be 177 hand. Who to be 80 here? 182 down, gonna be 185. 187 hand, gonna be 190. 192 down, gonna be 195. 5. 192 down, little money gonna be 195. Where little money gonna be 192 to hand, gonna be 195. 197 half here, little money gonna be 197 half. Got you 195. 197 half. Little money gonna be 197 half. 195. 197 half. 195. Little money gonna be 197 half. All in, all done. 195 right up there. 364 by Bowles. You want to do that by Bowles? Black heifer. 275. No, it says here Angus main and Jew cross. Here we go. 250. 250 there. Now little money gonna be 52 to hand. Little money gonna be here. Little money gonna be 52 to half hand. Little 250 here. Gonna be little money gonna be 52 to half. 252 to half. 250 little money gonna be 52 to half here. Little money gonna be 252 to half. 250 here. Little money gonna be 252 to half. 250 here. Gonna be 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 252 to little money gonna be 252 to half. I'm not missing anybody. We're done here. Sold it to you at 250. We're on your way. What? Oh. Here's that Guernsey steer. Easy going steer. I think it's bottle raised. Here we go. What do you want? $1.50 here. Gonna be 150, 50. Gonna be $1.50 here. 125. $1. Gonna be 1 there. Money 2 to hand. Little fine. Little money gonna be 7 and a half here. Little money gonna be 10, 12 and a half. 215. Little money 17 and a half. Little money gonna be 217 and a half. 220 here. I know. 117 and a half, little money gonna be 120 here, 122 to hand, little money gonna be 122 to hand, gonna be 125, 127 and a half, 130, little money gonna be 132 to hand, little money gonna be 135, 37 to hand, little money 140, gonna be 142 to hand, gonna be 145, 47 to hand, gonna be 150, 152 to hand, little 155, 57 and a half, 157 gonna be 157 and a half, where 155, little money gonna be 157 to hand, little 155, gonna be little money gonna be 155 and 157 and a half, 155, little money gonna be 157 and a half, all in and all done. 155 going on 34. Yeah. Looks like it. 250 here. Money gonna be 250. Money gonna be 250, 50, 50, $2 here. Now 2 to hand. Money gonna be $2 here. Money gonna be 2 and a half. Where? Money gonna be 2 and a half, hand. Money who to be 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 5. Money 7 and a half here. Money 210. Gonna be 212 and a half. 215. Money 217 and a half. Gonna be 220 here. Money 222 to hand. Gonna be 225, 5. 222 to hand. 225, 227 to hand. Money gonna be 230. Now 232 to hand. Money 35, 5. Gonna be 237 to hand. Gonna be 240 here. Money 240, 40, 240. 242 and a half, 242 and a half, little money, 240 here, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, where, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, 240 here, gonna be 242 and a half, 240 here, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, and little money, gonna be 242 and a half, 240 here, little money, gonna be 242 and a half, all in and all done, all in and all done. You bought it up top, 240, 625, 240, 625, thank you. Let's see what this one weighs. Yeah. Ten seventy. Let's bring her back. Bring him back. Okay. I got $2 now. Little money gonna be two and a half. Little money gonna be five. Gonna be 2 7 and a half. 210. Little money 12 and a half. Gonna be 215. 17 and a half. Gonna be 220. 222 and a half. 225. 7 and a half. Little money 210. 212 and a half, little money 15, gonna be 217 and 230, 232 and a half down here, right here, gonna be 232 and a half, 235, 237 and a half, little money gonna be 237 and a half here, little money 237 and a half, gonna be 240, 242 and a half, 245, 247 and a half, little money gonna be 247 and a half, 247 and a half, little money gonna be 245, 247 and a half, gonna be 250, 252 and a half, little money gonna be 252 and a half, gonna be 255, 255, gonna be 255, yep, 257 and a half, 260 here, little money gonna be 262 and a half, little 262 and a half, 262 and a half, gonna be 235, 267 and a half, 270, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 and a half, gonna be 275, 275, 277 and a half here, little money gonna be 277 and a half, 277 and a half, gonna be 280 here, now 282 and a half, little 281, 281, 282, little money gonna be 282, little money gonna be 282, 281, 282, 283, 284, little money gonna be 284, 285, little money gonna be 555, 284, 285 here, little money 285, gonna be 286, 286, 66 here, little money 287, little money 287, gonna be 288, 288 up there, 289, 289 and 290, 290 here, little money 290, 291, little 111, 290 here, little money gonna be 111, 290 here, little money gonna be 291, 290 here, little money 291, 11. Last chance down there, 291, 11, little bit 290 to 291, all in and all done. Up top, 290, sold it to you, 290 right there, 633, 633. Thank you, Martin. We can wait, no problem. Let's weigh her. Yeah. You stole them. You stole them. Well, it's the grass condition. I blame it on the grass condition. Bring him back. Open heifer. Here we go. Gonna be 175. Gonna be 150, 50, 50. Gonna be 150 here. 152 to hand. Gonna be 150 here. Gonna be 152 to hand. Gonna be 155, 55. 157 hand. 60 here. 62 to hand. 135, 137 to hand. Gonna be 170 here. 172 and a half. 175, 177 to hand. Gonna be 80 here. Gonna be 182 to hand. Gonna be 185, 55. Gonna be 187 to hand. Gonna be 190 here. Gonna be 192 and a half. 195, 197 to hand. 222. 22 to hand. 205. 7 to hand. 210. Gonna be 10, 10, 10. 2.7 and a half, 10 where? 2.7 and a half, little money gonna be 210, 10, 10, little money who do 210, 2.7 and a half, little money who do 210, 2.7 and a half, little money gonna be 210, 10, 10, 10, 10, all in and all done. Right here, 2.7 and a half. Thank you. Here's a good looking one there. One more time around. 556 down there, 556. British White Hereford Cross. That's what we got here. Pretty heifer. $150 here. be buck 50, 50, 50, 50, 150, 50, 50, 50, gonna be 125, gonna be 125, 27 and 125, gonna be 127 and a half, 130, 132 and 135, gonna be 137 and 137 and gonna be 140, gonna be 142 and gonna be 145, 47 and gonna be 150, 52 and a half, 155, 155, gonna be 157 and 160, 62 and gonna be 132 and gonna be 135, 137 and a half, 167 and a half, 170 here, gonna be 132 and gonna be 175, gonna be 175, 77 and a half, 80, 80, 80, 80, 177 and a half, little money who to be 180 here, little money gonna be 180, 80, 80, 182 and a half, little money who 182 and a half, gonna be 185, little money who to be 185, 185, 187 and a half, little money 185 here, little money gonna be 187 and a half, where little money 185, little money 87 and a half, 185, little money gonna be 187 and a half, little 185 gonna be 187 and a half right there, 190 here, little money gonna be 190, little money 192 to hand, little money gonna be 192 to hand, gonna be 195, 55, 197 and a half, $2 here, little money 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 to hand, little money 2, 2 and a half here, little money gonna be 2, 2 and a half and 5, 5, 5, 205, 5, 5, 207 and little money gonna be 27 and a half. 210 here, little money gonna be 210, 10, 10, little money 212 and a half, 212 and a half, little money gonna be 212 and a half, little money 15, little money gonna be 215 here, and gonna be 217 and a half, 217 and a half, little money 220, little money 20, 20, 20, little money gonna be 220, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, little money 220 here, little money gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, little money gonna be 222 and a half, little money gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, little money gonna be 222 and a half, all in, all done. Sold it to you 220, sold it to you 220 on 328, 220 on 328. Little black heifer. $3 here, little money gonna be 3, 3, 3, little money gonna be 275, little money 275, 5, little money gonna be 250, little money gonna be 250, 50, little money gonna be 250, 250, little money 50, 50, not 252 to hand, little money 250 here, little money gonna be 252 and a half, 250 here, little money gonna be 252 to hand, little money gonna be little money gonna be 252 and a half, 250 here, gonna be 252 and a half. She's ready for the halter, guys. Gonna be 252 to hand, little money 250 here, little money gonna be 252 to half, 250 here, little money gonna be 252 and a half, 252 and a half. Right there, now 255, little money gonna be 255, 257 and a half, little money 230 here, gonna be 232 and a half, 235, 237 and a half, gonna be 270 here, 272 and a half, 275, 77 and a half, gonna be 277 and a half, 275, 277 and a half, 275 here, little money gonna be 277 and a half, all in and all done. 275 Ron's way, 275 Ron's way. Hey, black bull here. 125, little money gonna be 125, little money gonna be 127 hand, 27 hand, little money who do 127 hand, little money 125 gonna be 127 hand, little money gonna be 130, 132 and a half, 135, little money 35, 5, 135, little money 137 hand, gonna be 140, little money 142 and a half, 142 and a half, 142 and a half, little 145, 5, 147 and a half here, little money gonna be 150, 50, 50, no 152 and a half, 155, 157 and a half, little money 60 here, little money 132 and a half, little money gonna be 132 and a half, 132 and a half, gonna be 132 and a half, 132 and a half. 135, 135, 137 and a half, 170 here, little money gonna be 132 and a half, little money gonna be 132 and a half, gonna be 175, 175, 77 and a half, gonna be 80 here, and 80, 80, 80, 180 your way, 182 and a half, gonna be 185, 87 and a half, 190 here, little money 192 and a half, 190 here, little money gonna be 192 and a half, 190 here, little money gonna be 192 and a half, 190 here, little money gonna be 192 and a half, all in and all done, 192 and a half, sold it Ron's way, 190, 190. $689, $687. Here we go. Yeah, let's weigh them. We're getting into the Kratzig steers here. Oh yeah, these are good ones. These are the ones here. These steers are all natural fed with no implants. They've had a complete vaccination program and wormed in the fall. Been fed top quality haylage with a corn-based supplement and free choice minerals in the winter months. These steers should make excellent quality locker meat in late summer or fall. We got 21 of these things today. Kind of the showcase animals of the sale here. 915 average on these three. Hey, here we go. Little dandy black steers here. Little gonna be 250 on them. Little right there. Now 252. Little gonna be 250 here. Little gonna be 252 and a half. You saying it up there? 252 and a half. Are we on the same page? Yep. 252 and a half, 255, little money, gonna be 257 and a half, 257 and a half, gonna be 260 here, gonna be 262 and a half, gonna be 265, 277 and a half, gonna be 270, now 272 and a half, little money, gonna be 275, 277 and a half here, gonna be 280, 282 and a half, now 285, little money, 287 and a half, gonna be 290 here, 292 and a half, gonna be 292 and a half, how about 292 and a half, now 293, little money, 293, 3, 292 and a half, little money, 3, Martin, are you bidding or not? 292 and a half, 293 where, little money, 3, 292 and a half, little money, 293, 3, little money, gonna be 293, 292 and a half, little money, 3, 292 and a half and 3, all in all, 293, 294, and 295, 5, little money, gonna be 295, 296 here, little money, 296 here, we on the same page, 297, 296 and 7, all in, all done, right here, 296, 605, 296, 605, thank you. Same man's cattle right here. Now 252 and a little money, gonna be 252 to half, little money, gonna be 250 here, little money, 252 to half, where, little money, 250 here, little money, gonna be 252 to half, 250 and little money, gonna be 252 to half, and little money, gonna be 252 to half, 250 here, little money, gonna be 252 and a half, 252. 252 and a half. You going for it? 252 and a half up there, Martin? You saying it? 252 and a half. Little money gonna be 252 to hang. Little money gonna be 255. 257 and a half here. 257 and little money 255. Gonna be 257 and a half. And gonna be 257 and a half. And gonna be 257 and a half. 255. 257 and a half. 255. Little money gonna be 257 and a half. And 255. Little money gonna be 257 and a half. 257 and a half. You saying that? 257 and a half. 260 here. Little money gonna be 260. 257 and a half. Little money gonna be 260 to 262 and a half. 262 and little money gonna be 262 and a half. And 262 and a half. 10, 20 on these ones. 272. Got to 262 and a half. 265. 267 and a half. 267 and a half. Little money 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. And gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. 272 and a half. Got 270 here. Little money gonna be 272 and a half. Where little money gonna be 272 and a half. And 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. 272 and a half. All in and all done. 270 Ron's way. 270 Ron's way. 250X. Three more. Same man's cattle here. Same man's cattle. Don't get any better. Now 252 and little money gonna be 252 to half, little money gonna be 252 to half, little money who to be 252 to half, 250 here gonna be 252 and a half, 250 here, little money gonna be 252 to half. Terry, you wanna be 252 and a half, 252 to half, gonna be 255, 257 and a half, 252 to half, gonna be 255, 277 and a half, 270 here, 272 to half, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 to half, little money gonna be 272 to half, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 and a half, 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 to half, little money who to be 272 to half, little money gonna be 272 to half. 270 here, and then gonna be 272 and a half, all in and all done. I'm over here. Sold it to Ron. Put it on 250X. Another good three right here. Same man's cattle. If you want to butcher in the fall, these things are right on point. 250, little money gonna be 50, 50, 50, little money gonna be 250, 50, little money gonna be 250, little money gonna be 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 250, little money gonna be 250, 50, 50, 250. Now 252 to hand, little money 252 to hand, little money 255, 257 to hand, 260 here, 262 to hand, gonna be 265, 267 and a half. Now 270, little money 70, 70, 70, 270, gonna be 270, 70, 267 and a half, 270 where? 267 and a half, little money gonna be 270 here, and 272 to hand, little money 272 and a half, gonna be 272 and a half, 270 up top, 272 to hand, little money gonna be 272 to half, do that, little money who to be 2 to half, 272 to half, little money gonna be 272 to half, 272 to half, all in and all done. 270 up there, 270 up there, buyer number 633, 633. Look at these nice black baldies here. Let's get a weight on these ones when you got it. 250 here, 252 to hand, 250 here, 252 to half, 252 to hand, gonna be 285, 257 to hand, 270 here, 272 to half, 265, 267 to hand, little money gonna be 270, 272 to half, 270 here. These ones are thick here, 270, little money gonna be 272 to half, where little money 270 here, little money gonna be 272 to half, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 to half, where little money 272 to half, little money gonna be 2 and a half, 272 to half, 270 here, little money gonna be 272 to half, little money gonna be 272 to half, 270 going to be 272 to half, all in all done. 270 Ron's way, put it on 250X, 250X. So how many of those have we sold yet now? About 10, 12, 15? Now we're getting serious. Yes, they are. They'll probably be 11 here, don't you think? There you go. You could be done right here. Did he say something? Right. 250. What are you thinking there? How about we sell choice? We'll sell choice. We'll sell in choice here. 250 here. 250 two to hand. 255 257 a hand. 257 a hand. Gonna be 260 262 and a half. 265 267 a half. 270 here. 272 to hand. 275 5 5. Gonna be 277 a hand. Gonna be 280 here. Gonna be 282 to hand. 282 to hand. 280 here. Gonna be 2 to half. 282 and a half. 285 285 5 287 and a half here. Gonna be 290 290 90 gonna be 287 and a half. 288 Ron. 289 290 here. 291 291 291 here. Now 292 293, 293, 33, 292, gonna be 293, 294, 294, 995, 295, little money gonna be 5, 5, 5, 294, little money who 5, 5, 5, little money gonna be 5, 295, 296 here, now 297, 297, little money 298 here, little money 299, little money 299, $3 here, little money 301, little money who little money gonna be 301, now 302, 303, little money 332, little money 303 here, gonna be 303, 304, little money 304, gonna be little money gonna be 305, 5, 5, 304, 5, little money gonna be 5, 5, 5, 304 and a 5. I got 304 here, and little money gonna be 5, 5, 5, all in and all done. 304 to you, sir. 304 to you. What are you thinking? Takes the whole 9 yards. You betcha. You got him. Thank you. Sold, sold, sold. You good on tag? Do we need a buyer number or you just run away? You got it? We're going to Herb Neiman's tonight, Bob. Holy, what in the world? Yeah. Same man's cattle, you betcha. You got two red ones. What red ones in the group? Couple 900-pounders, you think? We can weigh them. Yeah, we can weigh them. I love to weigh them. Same man's cattle here, same product. $10.20. Wow. Short and thick little guys there. $10.20. They'll work just the same as the last ones here. Here we go. Hey. 275, 275, thank you. Now 272 to hand, 272 to hand, little money who 280, now 282 to hand, little money gonna be 282 to hand, gonna be 285, 5, 287 and a half. Now 290, 292 to hand, little money gonna be 295, 5, 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 5. How about 293 there, guys? Little money gonna be 293, 294, little money gonna be 294, 4, little 293 gonna be 294, 293 here, little money gonna be 4, little money 293, little money gonna be 294, 4, who do 4, little money gonna be 293 and 4, 293 and 4, 293 little money 4, 290 little money gonna be 4, all in, all done, all you got them right up there. 293 621, 293 621. You cool with both of those that we didn't specify? Good deal, thank you. Could be. 579, 578. And so yeah. Here we go, black peppers here, hey, 250 here, little money, gabby, little money, gabby, 250, little money, who do 225, 225, 5, little money, gabby, 225, little money, 7 a hand, little money, 225, little money, who do 227 and a half, 227 and a half, 225, little money, gabby, 227 and a half, where, little money, gabby, 227 and a half, 225, little money, gabby, 227 and a half, 227 and a half, 225, little money, gabby, 227 and a half, 227 and a half, 227 and a half, all in, I sold it to you around 225. Yeah, nice little steer, you betcha. Yost cattle here. Hey, 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 gonna be 250. 250, gonna be 50, 50, 50, 250, gonna be 250, 50, 225, 5, money who do it 225, 225, 225, right there. Now 227, 227, money gonna be 230, 30, money who do it 230, 232 and a half, 235, money to 235, 5, money gonna be 235, 5, 235, money gonna be 237 and a half, gonna be 240, 240, 242 and a money gonna be 245, 5, money who do it 245, gonna be 247 and a half, gonna be 280, money 252 and a half, 252 and a half, money gonna be 252 and a half, money 252 and a 250 here, gonna be 252 and a half, gonna be 255, 5, 257 and a half, 255, money gonna be 257 and a half, 255, money gonna be 257 and a half, money who do it 257 and a half, 255, 57 and a half, all in and all done. 255 going Ron's way, 255. Open heifer here. Ooh, buck 45. Gonna be 145, 5, 145, money, 147 hand, 147 hand, gonna be 150, 152 hand, 155, 57 hand, gonna be 130 here, 132 hand, gonna be 135, 137 hand, gonna be 170, 172 and a half, 175, 77 and a half, 80 here, money, who do it 80, 182 hand, money, gonna be 185, 87 and a half, 190, 192 and a half, 195, 5, 197 hand, money, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and a half, money, gonna be 2, 2 and a half, and 5, 7 and a half, 10, 10, 10, 10, 2, 10, money, gonna be 2, 10, 10, 12 and a half, money, 215, 217 and a half, money, gonna be 217 and a half, here, gonna be 217 and a half, gonna be 220, 220, 217 and a half, 220 where, 217 and a money, 220 and a 222 and a half, money, gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, money, gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, money, gonna be 222 and a half, money, who do we 222 and a half, 220, money, gonna be 222 and a half, all in, all done, 220 right here, 220 right here. Oh, we just talked about it. He's 33. Scott's 33. I think he's 33. Is it? 52? Sure. Hey, we got a heifer here, red heifer. One more time around. What do we got? 645. Here we go. $2 a pound. Gonna be two. Now two and a hand. Gonna be $2. Two to hand. 5. 7 a hand. Gonna be 12 and a half. Now 215, 17 and a hand. Money 220, 222 and a half. 225. Money 7 a hand. Gonna be 230. Now 232 and a half. 230 here. Money 232 and a hand. Money 7 a hand. 240 here. Gonna be 242 and a hand. Gonna be 245. 247 a hand. Gonna be 250 here. Money 52 and a hand. Gonna be 255. 5. Gonna be 255. 257 a hand. Money gonna be 255. 5. 57 a hand. 255. 257 hand, money, 255, money, 7 hand, 255, 5, 257 hand, gonna be 260 here, 262 and a hand, gonna be 265, 5, 267 a half, 267 hand, 270 here, money, gonna be 270, 267 a half, 270, 267 a half, 270 where, money, 70, 267 a hand, money, 270, 267 hand, money, 270, 70, all in, all done, 267 a half, going on 364, 364, thank you, 694 down there. Another Yost one here, black heifer, gonna be 2, 2, 2, 2, where, gonna be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 185, gonna be 185, 5, who did gonna be 185 to 187 a hand, 185, gonna be 187 a half, 185, 187 a half, gonna be 190 here, who did 90 and 192 a hand, gonna be 195, 5, 197 a half here, now $2, $2 here, 2, 2, 2, 2 to half here, money 5, 5, money gonna be 2, 5, 7 a half, now 10, money gonna be 2, 10, 10, 10, gonna be 212 and a hand, gonna be 212 and a hand, gonna be 215 here, gonna be 215, 217 and a half, 217 and a hand, money gonna be 220, 222 and a hand, money 225, 5, 227 and a hand, gonna be 230 here, 230 here, 230 here, money gonna be 30, 232 and a hand, gonna be 235, money gonna be 235, 237 and a hand, money 235, gonna be 237 and a half, 235, 237 and a hand, money gonna be 235 here, money gonna be 237 and a half, half, 235, money gonna be 237 and a half, half, all in, all done, 235 up top, 235. 235 your way, sir. 235, you got it. 328, 328, thank you. Nice heifer there. Open heifer, beautiful Hereford there. Here we go. Gonna be 165. Gonna be 135. Gonna be 135. 50, 50, 50. Gonna be 150. 150. You want to weigh her? Let's weigh her. 150. Now 152 to hand. Gonna be 150 here. Deals on. Money no 152 to half, half, half. Let's see what she weighs a minute, guys. Let's put her on the scale. 150 and 152 to hand. Gonna be 152 to hand. 155. Money gonna be 157 and a half. 160 here. Money gonna be 152 to hand. Money gonna be 135. 177 to hand. Gonna be 170 here. 172 and a half. 172 to hand. Money 175. Gonna be 177 and a half here. Gonna be 177 and a half. 180. 180. Let's see what she weighs. There it is. 180. 182 to hand. Money gonna be 182 to hand. Gonna be 185. 187 to hand. Gonna be 190. 191. 192. Money 333. Gonna be 194. 195. 196 here. Money 197. Gonna be 198. 199 here. Gonna be 199. $2 up top. 201. Money 222. 3. 4. 5. 6 here. Gonna be 207. Now 207. 206 in 7 where? Money 206 here. Money gonna be 7. 7. 7. Money who do 7. 26 and 7. 26. 27. 28 here. Money gonna be 28. 8. 8. 28 up top. Gonna be 28. Got 207. I'm glad I looked over. 207 here. Money gonna be 208 where? 207 here. Money gonna be 28. 8. 8. Money who do money gonna be 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. All in, all done. Sold at 207 right here. 609. 207. 609. Thank you. Look at this short, stocky little calf here. I'm calling it a steer from here. 275. Gonna be 275. 250 here. Gonna be 250. 50. 50. Gonna be 250 where? 250 where? Gonna be 250. 50. Gonna be 250 here. 225. 225 where? Gonna be 225. 5. Gonna be 225. 5. 225. 5. $2. 225. 227. Gonna get 227 a hand. Money 230. 13. Money who to be 30. 232 and a hand. Gonna be 235. 237 and a half. 240. 242 and a hand. Money gonna be 245. Gonna be 247 and a hand. Gonna be 250. 252 to hang, gonna be 255, 257 to hang, gonna be 252 to hang, gonna be 275, 77 and a half, 70, 72 to hang, gonna be 75, 77 and a half, 280 here, 282 to hang, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, 290, 292 to hang, gonna be 295, 7 and a half here, gonna be 33333. Now 302 to hand, little money 305 here, little money 307 to hand, 310, little money 310, 212 and a half, 315, 17 and a half, 320, 317 and a hand, little money gonna be 320, 20, 20, 317 and a hand, little money who do 320, 317 and a little money be 320, 20, 20, all in and all done. All in and all done. 317 and a half going on 63 there. 63. Two bowls. 527, 524. These ones here says they've been wormed. They've had shots. Ready to go. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Gonna be $2 a pound. Gonna be 222. 222. Gonna be 222. Gonna be 222. 185. 185 where? Gonna be 185. 150 here. Gonna be 50, 50, 50. 150. Gonna be 152 and a half. Gonna be 152 and a half. Half. 150 here. Gonna be 152 and a half. 152 and a half. 150 here. Gonna be 152 and a half. Half. Gonna be 152 and a half. Gonna be 152 and a half, 152 and a half, all in all done. Going to Mo. Are you bidding? I got 150 here. 34's got him. 150 right there. 34's got him. Nice black steers here. Same deal. Been wormed, had their shots. 250 here. Gonna be 250. 225. 225. Let's weigh him, please. $681. We'll take him back. Nice and quiet steers there. Here we go. Gonna be 250. Black steers here. Gonna be 250 here. 225. 225. Now 227 a hand. Gonna be 227 a hand. Gonna be 230 here. 232 to hand. 232 to hand. Gonna be 235. Gonna be 237 a half. 237 a hand. Gonna be 240. 242 to hand. Gonna be 242 to hand. Gonna be 245. 247 a hand. Gonna be 50 here. Gonna be 50, 50, 50, 250, 252 and a half. Now 255. 255. Gonna be 257 a hand. Gonna be 257 a half. 57 a hand. Gonna be 257 a half here. Now 260. 260 here. Gonna be 262 to hand. Gonna be 265. 265. Gonna be 267 a half. 270. Now 272 to hand. Gonna be 272 to hand. 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Gonna be 272 to half. Half hand. 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Gonna be 272 to half. 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 270 here. Gonna be 272 and a half. All in and all done. 270, 203 straight. 270, 203. Oh, 613, 613. Look at this big girl. It's got something on it. It's an X. That's right. That's yep. 531. Don't buy her for a breeder. Here we go. Hey, gonna be 150. 150 where? Gonna be 150, 50, 50. Gonna be 125. 125. Gonna be 127. Gonna be 125. Gonna be 127 and a half. 125. Gonna be 127 and a half. Where? Gonna be 125. 127 and a half. Gonna be 130 here. 132 and a half. Now 135. 137 and a half. Gonna be 135. 137 and a half. 140. Gonna be 40, 40. 142 and a half. Gonna be 140 here. Gonna be 142 and a half. 140 here. Gonna be 142 and a half. Half. And 142 and a half. 140 here. Gonna be 142 and a half. 140 here. Gonna be 142 and a half. All in, all done. Gonna be 140. What do you want to call that one? 203 on one. 203 on one. Same deal, wormed and shots. Here we go. Maybe buck 50 on. How about $2 here? 2, 150. Now 152 to hand. 150 here. Gonna be 152 to hand. 150 here. Gonna be 152 to hand. Gonna be 155. 157 a hand. Gonna be 170 here. 172 and a half. Now 165. Gonna be 177 a hand. Gonna be 170 here. Gonna be 172 to hand. 175. Gonna be 175. 172 and a half. 175. 77 and a half here. Gonna be 80. Gonna be 180. 180. 182 and a half. Now 185. Gonna be 185. 187 a hand. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 185 here. Gonna be 187 and a half. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 185. 87 and a half. All in, all done. 185. 250 by something. Yeah, that's a slick one here. Nice heifer. The beauty. All right. We'll get her on the scale as soon as you can here. Gonna be $165 here. Gonna be 135. Gonna be 135. 150. 150 here. 152 to hand. Gonna be 152 to half. 152 to half. 150 here. Gonna be 152 and a half. 152 to hand. Gonna be 152 to half. 150 here. 152 and a half. 152 and a half. Let's see what she weighs a minute. 16 or 1365. She's heavy. She's solid, ready to go. I would have too. She's thick. Got a finished heifer right here. $150 here. I got a 50 there. I need 52. I'm gonna give you 152 to hand. 155. 157 and a half here. I'm gonna be 160. I'm gonna give you 132 to hand. I'm gonna give you 135. 165. 162 to hand. I'm gonna give you 135. 132 to hand. Gonna be 135. 132 to hand. I'm gonna be 135. 165. 167 to hand. I'm gonna give you 137 to hand. 136 here. I'm gonna be 137. 138. I'm gonna be 138. 169. 170 here. I'm gonna give you 170 here. 171. 172. 22. Now 173. I'm gonna be 174, 175, 176 here, 177, 178, 88, gonna be 179, 180, 180, 179, who to be 180 here, 179, gonna be 180 where, 179, 180, 179, 80, 179, who to be 80, 80, 80, all in and all done, all in and all done, 179 your way, Joe, 628, 628, thank you. 250 here. Gonna be 225. Gonna be 225. You doing that? 225 to 227 a hand. Gonna be 225. Gonna be 227 a hand. Gonna be 230. 232 and a half. 235. 237 a hand. Gonna be 240. 40. 240 to 242 and a half. Gonna be 245. Gonna be 247 and a half. 250. 250 here. Gonna be 252 to half. 250 here. 252 to hand. Gonna be 255. 255. 257 a hand. Gonna be 260 here. 262 and a half. 265. 267 a hand. Gonna be 270 here. Gonna be 270. 272 to half, 272 to half, 275, 55, 277 to half, gonna be 280, little money, 280, 282 to half, 282 and a half, 285, little money, 285, 55, 282 to half, gonna be 285, 282 and a half here, little money, gonna be 285, where, little money, 282 to half, gonna be 285, 282 to half, gonna be 285, 282 and a half, 285, 282 to half, little money, gonna be 285, all in and all done, all in and all done. You sold it to you right here, 282 and a half in the door there. 611, thank you. 250 here. Gonna be 240, 40, 40. Gonna be 240, 40, 40. 235, 235. 225. Gonna be 225, 5. Gonna be 225, 5. Who do we 225? 225, $2. Gonna be 2. Gonna be 2. 185. Gonna be 185. 185, 155 here. Now 185, 187. Gonna be 187 and a half here. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half, 185, 187, gonna be 190, 192 and a half, gonna be 192 and a half, 195, who do we 195, gonna be 197 and a half, 197 and a half, $2 here, $2, 2 and a half, two and a half, gonna be 205 here, now 205, gonna be 5, 207 and a half here, gonna be 210, 10, gonna be 210, 27, 10, 10, 12 and a half, 212, gonna be 212 and a half here, 212 and a half, who do we 215, gonna be 215, gonna be 215, 17 and a half, 217 and a half, 215, gonna be 217 and a half, 215, gonna be 217 and a half, all in and all done. Sold it right here, 215 your way, 640. Get them banded, 640. Send them back there to get banded, please. Oh, here we go. Getting in the Neville cattle, Thai Neville cattle. Nice black ones here. Gonna be 250 here. Gonna be 250. Gonna be 50, 50, 50. Gonna be 250, 250, 225. Got 250 right there. Now 252 and a half. 255. Gonna be 257 and a half. Gotta be 260 here. 262 and a half. Now 265, gonna be 267 and a half, gonna be 270 here. Now 272 and a half, little money gonna be 275, 277 and a half, little money 277 and a half, who do we 280, 282 and a half, gonna be 282 and a half, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, 290, 290 here, little money gonna be 292 and a half, little 295, 5, 295, 5, 5, 5, 292 and a half, gonna be 295 where? 292 and a half, little 295, 297 and a half, $3 here, little money 302 and a half, little money gonna be 305, 5, 5, 307 and a half. 310, little money, 312 and a half here, little gonna be 315, little money, 17 and a half here, gonna be 320, 322 and a half, little money, 325, 27 and a half, 325, 27 and a half, 330, 332 and a half, little money, gonna be 335, 37 and a half, gonna be 337 and a half here, 335, 37 and a half, 335, little money, gonna be 337 and a half, 335, little money, who do we 337 and a half, 335, little money, gonna be 337 and a half, all in and all done. 335 on 63, 335 on 63, thank you. Open heifers here. Ooh, $150 here. $150 here. $150, 50, 50. $150, 150. 150 now. 152 and a little money. 152 and a half. 152 and a half. 155 and a little money. Gonna be 155. 157 and a half. Little money. 157 and a half. Gonna be 160. 162 and a half. 165. 177 and a half. 170 here. 172 and a half. Gonna be 175. 55. 177 and a half. 180. 177 and a half. 180 right there. Now 182 and a half. Little money. 182 and a half. Gonna be 185. 187 and a half. Gonna be 190 here. Little money. 190. 192 and a half. Gonna be 195. 197 and a half here. Gonna be $3 here. Now 302 and a half. 302 and a half. Little money. Gonna be 302 and a half. 202 and a half, 202 and a half, and I'm going to give you 205, 55, 205, I'm going to be 207 and a half. I'm going to get somebody at some point today. 210, 210 here, I'm going to be 212 and a half, and I'm going to be 212 and a half here, I'm going to be 2, did you say 212 and a half here, I'm going to be 212 and a half, 215, 217 and a half, 220 here, and I'm going to be 222 and a half, I'm going to be 225, 227 and a half here, I'm going to be 227 and a half, I'm going to be 227 and a half, 225, 227 and a half, 230, and I'm going to be 232 and a half, I'm going to be 235, 55, I'm going to be 235, 237 and a half, 240, 240, and I'm going to be 242 and a half, and I'm going to be 242 and a half, I'm going to be 245, 55, and I'm going to be 245. Going to be 247 and a half, 245, 7 and a half, 245, little money. Jake, you want to go back to 247 and a half, 245, going to be 247 and a half, 245 here, little money, going to be 247 and a half, 245, little money, going to be 247 and a half, 245, little money, going to be 247 and a half, all in, all done. Looks like it's going right there, 245 on 612, 612. Here we go. Gonna be 250. About $2 here. Two. Now 2 and a half. Little money. Gonna do 5. 205. Little money 7 and a half. Gonna be 210 here. Little money 210. 212 and a half. 215. 217 and a half. Little money 220 here. Little money. Gonna be 222 and a half. 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. Gonna be 230. 232 and a half. 235. 237 and a half. 240. 242 and a half. Little money. Gonna be 245. 5. 247 and a half here. Gonna be 250. 252 and a half. Gonna be 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 255 here. Little money. Gonna be 255, 257 and a half here, another money, 257 and a half, gonna be 260 here. Now 262 and a half, another money, gonna be 262 and a half, another money, 262 and a half, gonna be 265, 265, 262 and a half, another money, gonna be 235, 262 and a half, another money, 235, 267 and a half here, gonna be 267 and a half. 267 and a half, another money, gonna be 265, 267 and a half, you're out, Jeff, 265, 267 and a half, 265 here, another money, gonna be 267 and a half, 265, gonna be 267 and a half, all in, all done. 265, Ron's way. 250 here, a little lighter there, gonna be 250, 50, 50, gonna be 225, 225, 225, 227 and 30, 230, 232 to hang, gonna be 235, 55, 237 hang, gonna be 240, 242 to hand, 245, 247 hand, 247 hang, gonna be 250, 52 and a half, 255, 57 and a half, 60 here, gonna be 262 to hang, gonna be 265, 55, 265, 267 hang, gonna be 270 here, gonna be little money, gonna be 270, 272 and a half, 275, 275, 277 hang, gonna be 280 here, gonna be 280, 282 to hang, gonna be 285, and little money, 285, 55, 287 hang, gonna be 290, 292 and a half, 295, and little money, gonna be 295, 55, 297 and a half here, little money, 333, little money, who 3, now 302 and a half, now 305, 305, 500, little money, 305, 307 a hand, little money, 310, little money, 10, 307 a hand, gonna be 310 where, 312 and a half, 315, little money, 17 and a hand, gonna be 20, little money, 322 and a hand, gonna be 325, 5, 27 and a hand, gonna be 330, 330, 332 and a hand, little money, 335, 337 and a hand, 340 here, 342 and a hand, 345, 347 and a hand, little money, 350, 352 and a half, 352 and a half, 352 and a half, 350 here, little money, gonna be 352 and a half, 350 here, gonna be 352 and a half, all in, all done. I'm right here, sold it to you, 350, 63, 350, 63, thank you. 250 here, down 252 and a half, little money, 250 here, little money, 252 and a half, little money, 252 and a half, 252 and a half, 255, 257 and a half, 260. Thank you. Now 327 and a half, 325. Todd, you want to be 327 and a half? 325. Little money, gonna be 327 and a half. You will. Now 330, 332 and a half, little money, 335, gonna be 337 and a half, 340 here, and 342 and a half, 345, 347 and a half, 350, 352 and a half, 355, 357 and a half, 360, 357 and a half, little money, gonna be 360, 357 and a half, little money, gonna be 357 and a half, and 60. All in, all done. Sold it to you 357 and a half. Put it on 63, 357 and a half. Put it on 63. Here's a dandy right here. Give me 275. 275. 250 here. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. Half hand. 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. Where? Give me 252 and a hand. 252 and a hand. 250 here. Give me 252 and a hand. Give me 255. 57 and a half. 260. 262 and a half. 275. 267 and a hand. Give me 270 here. 272 and a hand. 272 and a hand. Give me 275. 277 and a half. 280 here. 282 and a hand. 282 to hand, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, 287, gonna be 287 and 285, gonna be 287 and a half, gonna be 290, 292 and a half, 295, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, now $3 here, little money, who to be 3, 297 and a half, little money, but 3, 297 and a half, little money, be 3, 297 and a half, little money, who to be 3, all in all done. Sold them 297 and a half, 63, 297 and a half, 63. Super mellow. Good ones here. Says Murray Gray Hereford Cross. I can, yeah. Yeah, they body type. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Gonna be 250 here. Gonna be 250. 225. 225. 5 and a 227 a hand. Gonna be 225. Gonna be 227 a half. Welcome in, Reckner. 225. Gonna be 227 a half. Where? 225. 5. Who to be 227 a half? 227 a half. 225. Gonna be 227 a half. 230. 230 here. Gonna be 232 a hand. Gonna be 235. 237 a hand. Gonna be 240. 242 a hand. Gonna be 245. 247 a hand. Gonna be 250. 252 and a half, 255, 257 a hand, little money, 255, 5, going to be 257 a hand, 260 here, little money, 232 a hand, going to be 235, 267 a half, 267 a half, 270, now 272 and 2 a hand, little money, 272 a hand, going to be 275, little money, 277 a half here, little money, 280 here, 282 and a half, 285, little money, 287 a hand, going to be 290 here, going to be 292 a hand, little money, going to be 295, 5, 292 and a half, 5, 292 and a half, 295 where, little money, 292 a hand, little money, going to be 295, 292 and a half, and 5, all in all done. Sold it to you 292 and a half, 63, 292 and a half, 63. Yeah, what do we got here? Steers. Rolu cattle. Let's weigh these bad boys. I would say it's a French name, wouldn't it be? Roulette? No. $831. We'll bring him back. Nice and mellow. Here we go. Gonna be 250. 250. Gonna be 50. 225. 225. Now 227 and a half. 225. Gonna be 227 and 230 here. 232 to hand. Gonna be 235. 5. Gonna be 235. 237 and a half. 240. 242 to hand. Gonna be 245. 247 and a half here. Gonna be 252 to half. Gonna be 255. 5. 257 and a half. 260 here. Gonna be 262 to hand. Gonna be 235. 67 and a half. Gonna be 270 here. 272 and a half. 75, 77 and a half, 280 here, little money, gonna be 280, 277 a hand, gonna be 280 here, gonna be 280, 277 a hand, gonna be little money, gonna be 280, 277 a hand, little money, gonna be 280, where, little 277 a hand, little money, gonna be 80, 80, 80, 277 a hand, little money, gonna be 80, 80, 80, all in and all done. 277 and a half, you're way up there. 610, is that your number? 612? Yep. Another one of the Murray Gray Herefords here. Here we go. Buck 65 on gonna be 135, 135, 137 a hand, gonna be 137 and a half, 165, gonna be 137 a hand, 135, gonna be 137 and a half, 135, gonna be 137 and a half, 170, 172 and 132 and a half, gonna be 135, 137 and a half, here gonna be 180, who to be 180, 182 to hand, gonna be 185, 187 a hand, gonna be 190 here, gonna be 192 to hand, gonna be 195, 5, who to be 195, 197 a hand, gonna be $2, 222, 22 to hand, little money gonna be 5, 5, little money gonna be 7 a hand, little money 210, little money 12 and a half here, little money 15 here, 215, 17 and a half. Now 220, 220 here, little money 222 to hand, little money gonna be 225, 5, little money 227 and a half here, little money gonna be 230 here, little money gonna be 232, gotta be 232 and a half and 5. Now 5, 235, little money 232 to hand, gonna be 235, 232 to hand, little money gonna be 235, 5, little money gonna be 235, little money gonna be 235, 5, 232 and a half and 5. All in, all done. Sold it to you 232 and a half right there. 640, 640. Thank you. This must be your sister. 225, give me 225, 227 a hand, give me 225, give me 227 a hand, give me 230. 230 here, little money, give me 232 a hand, 235, 237 a hand, 240 here, little money, 242 and a half, 245, 47 a hand, 250 here, 252 a hand, give me 285, 252 and a half, 255, 257 a hand, give me 260, 262 and a half. Now 265, little money, give me 267 a hand, give me 270 here, 272 a hand, give me 275, 275 up top, 277 a half, 280 here, little money, give me 280, 277 a hand, little money, who do we 280, 277 a half. Ron, you want to be 280 here, little money, give me 280, 277 a half, 280 where, 277 and little money, who do we 80, little money, give me 80, 280, now 282 and a half, 282 and a half, gonna be 285, gonna be 287 and a half here, gonna be 287, gonna be 290 here, gonna be 290, 90, 90, 287 and a half, little money, gonna be 290 where, 287 and a half, little money, who do we 90, 287 and a half, gonna be 90, 90, 90, all in, all done. 287 and a half, 63, 287 and a half, 63, thank you. $659 down there. Now you're getting to see the Murray Gray color there. Here we go. Little give me 250, 250 right there. Now 252 and a half. Little give me 252 and a half. Little give me 252 and a half. And little give me 252 and a half. 250 here. Who's 252 and a half? 255. Little give me 255. 257 and a half. Little city here. City 2 and a half. Little 275. City 7 and a half. Give me 270 here. 272 and a half. Little give me 275. 277 and a half. Give me 280 here. Who do we 282 and a half? Give me 285. 287 and a half. Give me 290. 292 and a half. Got to be 295. 292 and a half. Little give me 295. 292 and little money, who do we do 95, 5, little money, who do we do 92 and a half and 5, 292 and little money, gonna be 295, 5, 292 and a half, gonna be 295, all in, all done. Sold it 292 and a half, 63, 292 and a half, put it on 63. $3 here, three or two to hand, little money can be 3 or 2 to hand, little money 2 and a half, little money who do 302 and a half, hand, little money can be 302 and a half, 305, little money 7 and a half here, little money 210, 312 and a half, 315, little money 17 and a half, gonna be 320, 322 and a half, 325, 327 and a half, little money can be 330 and 332 and a half, gonna be 335, 337 and a half, 340, 342 and a half, little money 345, 47 and a half here, gonna be 350, little money 352 and a half, 355, little money 357 and a half, 360 here, 362 and a half, 360. 367 a hang, gonna be 370, 372 to hang, gonna be 375, 377 and a half here, gonna be 377 and a half, 380 here, 382 and a hang, gonna be 385, 387 and a half here, gonna be 387 and a half, gonna be 390 here, gonna be 392 and a half, 392 and a half, 395, little money, 395, 392 and a half, little money, who to be 395, 392 and a half, little money, who to be 395, 392 and a half and 5, all in and all done, sold them, 392 and a half, 63, 392 and a half, 63. There's a nice set. Seven head here. Kairos cattle here. Nice black ones there. 275. How about 250 here? 252 to hand. 252 to have. Let's get a weight on them when we get a chance. 252 to hand. Little money gonna be 255. Little money gonna be 285. Gonna be 257 to hang. Gonna be 260 here. Little money 232 to hang. Gonna be 235. 265 7.5. Now 270 here. Little money gonna be 270 here. Little money gonna be 272 to hand. Little money gonna be 275. Who to be 272 to hang. Gonna be 275. 277 and a half. 280 here. Little money gonna be 280 here. 282 to have. Gonna be 285. Who to be 285. Gonna be 287 to hang. Gonna be 290. 290. 292 to hand, little money, 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 5, high, gonna be 297 and a half here, little money, who'd have been 333, now 302 and a half, gonna be 305, 5, 5, 305, 7 and a half, 310, little money, 312 and a half, gonna be 315, little money, 17 and a half here, gonna be 20, little money, 322 and a half, 325, 327 and a half, little money, 330 here, 332 and a half, 335, 337 and a half, gonna be 340, 342 and a half, 345, 555, 342 and a half, little money, gonna be 345 where, 342 and a half, little money, gonna be 345, little money, 342 and a half, gonna be 345, 342 and a half, gonna be 345, all in and all done. Sold them 342 and a half, 63, 342 and a half, 63, thank you. Big steer name Elvis. He's famous. I knew he wasn't dead. He ain't gonna need to see much longer. As long as his nose works, he'll be good. Here we go. Hey, 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 big old steer here. Gotta be 185. 185. Gonna be 135. Gonna be 135. 5. Gonna be 165. Gonna be 150. 150 where? Gonna be 150, 50, 50 right there. Want to spin him around? He says 150 where? Gonna be 50, 50, 50. Gonna be 50. 125. Gonna be 125. 127 a hand. Are you going up there? 127 a hand. Gonna be 130. 130. 132 a hand. 135. 137 a hand. Gonna be 40. Gonna be 140, 40, 40. 142 and a half here, gonna be 145 by 5, 147 and a half, gonna be 150, 150, 152 and a half, little money gonna be 152 and a half, 155 by 5, gonna be 157 and a half here, 160 here, little money 132 and a half, 165, 165, little money 132 and a half, gonna be 165, 167 and a half, little 135, gonna be 137 and a half, 167 and a half, 165, little money gonna be 137 and a half, 135, little money gonna be 137 and a half, 135, gonna be 167 and a half, 165, I got you in still, need 137 and a half, little 135, gonna be 137 and a half, 135, gonna be 167 and a half, 165, little money gonna be 137 and a half, 37 and a half, 135, gonna be 137 and a half, all in, all done. You bought it, 165, 603, 165, 603, thank you. Elvis has, yeah, he's left the ring. What do we got here, guys? One more time around, let's look. Nice little steer here. 3 1/4. Now 327 a hand, 325, gonna be 327 a hand, 325, 327 a half, 325, gonna be 327 a hand, 320, gonna be 327 a hand, and a hand, 327 a half. Now 330, 332 a hand, gonna be 332 a hand, gonna be 335, 337 a hand, gonna be 337 a hand, gonna be 340, 342 and a half, 342 and a half, 345, 347 a hand, gonna be 350 here, gonna be 350, 347 a hand, gonna be 350, 352 and a hand, gonna be 352 and a half, 352 and a hand, 355, 357 a hand, gonna be 360 here, 360 here, 362 and a hand, and gonna be 375, 5, 377 and a half, 367 and a hand, and 370 here, gonna be 372 and a hand, 375, 5, 375, and 375, 377 and a half, 377 and a hand, gonna be 380, 380 here, and gonna be 380, 80, 377 and a half, gonna be 80, 377 and a hand, and gonna be 380, 80, 377 and a half, and 380, 377 and a half, 380, all in all done. 377 and a half, your way, 63, 63. Yeah, here's some beauties. Heifers, 3 heifers right here. Sim Angus, Turner Farms right here. What do we got? Ultraback 7. Booster's been given. Virus Shield 6, been wormed a month ago. Nice Sim Angus heifers from probably down there by Darrington somewhere. Turner cattle here. Here we go. Gonna be 275. Gonna be 275. 5. Gonna be 275. 250. 250. Now 252 to hand. 252 to hand. 255. 257 to hand. Gonna be 260 here. 262 and a half. 265. 265. 267 to hand. Gonna be 270. 272 to hand. Gonna be 272 to half here. Gonna be 272 and a half. 272 to half. 275. Gonna be 277 and a half here. 277 and a half. Gonna be 280. 282 to half. 285. 287 and a half. 290 here. Gonna be 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 297 and a half here, another money 333, 297 a hand, another money gonna be $3 worth, another money be 333, 297 a hand, gonna be 297 a hand, another money $3 worth, another money gonna be 333, 297 a half and 297, another money gonna be 333, all in all done. 297 a half, put it on 63, 297 a half, put it on 63, thank you. A little bigger. 541's not in here, I don't think. Here we go. Still Turner Farms here. Had all their shots ready to go. 250 here. Gonna be 225, 5, gonna be 227 a hand, 225, gonna be 227 a half. Sim Angus, 225, gonna be 227 a hand, 227 a hand, gonna be 230 here, 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 235, 237 a hand, gonna be 240 here, gonna be 240, 40, 40, 40, gonna be 240, 242 and a half, 242 and a half, gonna be 245, 5, 245, 247 and a half, 250, 250 here, gonna be 250 here, 252 and a hand, gonna be 252 and a half, and 252 and a half, gonna be 255, 5, 5, 255, 5, 5, 257 and a half here, gonna be 257 and a half, 260 now, gonna be 260 here, 262 and a half, now 262 and gonna be 262 and a half, 262 and a half, 260 here, gonna be 262 and a half, down 5, now 5, 5, 5, 265, 267 and a half, gonna be 267 and a half, gonna be 267 and a half, gonna be 265, 5, 5, 267 and a half, where 265, gonna be 267 and a half, 265, gonna be 267 and a half, are you doing that? 267 and a half, now 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, 275, 5, 5, 277 and a half, 277 and a half, who to be 280 here, and 277 and a half, 280, 277 and a half, who to be 280, 80, 80, gonna be 80, 277 and a half, and 80, all in and all done. 277 and a half on 63, 277 and a half on 63, thank you. Sim Angus steer here, same farm. 250 here, gonna be 225, gonna be 225, 5, who to be 225, 5, gonna be 220, 220 where, gonna be 220 right there. Now 220, 22 and a half, Ron, are you there? 222 and a half, 225, 227 and a half, 30 here, gonna be 230, 30, 30, 232 and a half, gonna be 235, 5, who to be 235, 5, 237 and a half, 240, gonna be 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 242 and a half, gonna be 245, 5, gonna be 5, 5, 5, 247 and a half, 50, 250, 50, gonna be 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, money, who to be 250, now 250, to hang, gonna be 255, 5, I'm gonna be 255, 255, 255, 5, 252 to hang, the money, gonna be 255, 252 to hang, the money, gonna be 255, 252 to hang, the money, who to be 255, 5, 252 to hang, 255, all in and all done. 252 and a half, put it on Ron. 577 down there, I think I've seen. Sim Angus steer, same farm. Can we please weigh him when you get a chance? Here we go. 180 here. I'm gonna give you 180, 80. I'm gonna give you 180. Let's just see what he weighs a minute. I got 180. Now 182 and a half. 180. I'm gonna give you 182 and a half. What do you see, Terry? 180 here. I'm gonna give you 182 and a half. What do you got? 180 here. Now you want to be 182 and a half? 180, I'm going to give you 182 and a half. I'm going to give you one. There he is, 182 and a half. Bud going for it. 185, 187 and a half. Going to be 190, 187, 190 here. Going to be 192 and a half. Going to be 195, 197 and a half. Going to be $2 here and 202 and a half. Going to be 205, 5, 7 and a half, 207 and a half, 210, 210, 10, going to be 212 and a half, 215 here. Going to be 217 and a half. 220, 222 to hang, going to be 225, 5, 7 and a half here, and going to be 230, 232 to half, then money going to be 230 here, 232 and a half, 230 here, and then money going to be 232 and a half, 230 here, and then money going to be 232 and a half, 230 here, and then 1,000 pounder, 230 here, and then money going to be 232 and a half, 230 here, and going to be 232 and a half, 230 here, and going to be 232 and a half, 230 here, and then money going to be 232 and a half, all in and all done. Bud's got it bought, 230. 000, put it on 000. I know he did that. 000. Oh, looks like we might be getting into the cane cattle here. Sure do. These things are Shorthorn Angus cross type stuff here. 180 days weaned. Sired by registered bulls, respects fences and handled frequently, 100% grass-fed. Bova Shield Gold Vision 7 with the spur, pink eye vaccine. You betcha. When their heifers come through, they've had the same shots. Nice steers here. Hey, I'm going to be 250. 250, 250 right there. Now 252 to hand. I'm going to be 250 here. I'm going to be 252 to half, 252 and a half. Going to be 255, 257 and a half. Now 260 here. I'm going to be 260, now 262 to hand. Going to be 235. I'm going to be 235, 5, 267 and a half. 270 here. I'm going to be 270, 70, who to be 70, now 272 to hand. Going to be 275, 5, I'm going to be 275, 5, 275, 5, 272 and a half. 275, 277 and a half. 280 here. I'm going to be 282 to hand. Going to be 285. 285, 285, gonna be 287 and a half, gonna be 290 here, and the money who do 290, 90, gonna be 290, 292 and a half, 292 and a half, and the money gonna be 295, 5, 5, who do 295, 5, 295, gonna be 297 and a half, 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 295, and the money gonna be 297 and a half, where, and the money 295, gonna be 297 and a half, half, who do 297 and a half, 295, 7 and a half, 295, 7 and a half, 295, and the money gonna be 7 and a half, all in, all done. Sold them to you 295 right there. 630, 630, thank you. Same man's cattle right here, had their shots ready to go. Good looking cattle here. 275, a little lighter here, give me 275, 5, give me 275 right there. Now 277 and a half, 275, give me 277 and a half, 275, give me 277 and a half, half, 275, give me 277 and a half, 275 and a half, give me 280, 282 and a half, 285, give me 285, 5, give me 285, 5, 287 and a half here, and little money, who do 290 here, and give me 290, 90, 287 and a half, give me 290, 290, 287 and a half, 290 here, and give me 292 and little money, here we go, 292, 5, 5, gonna be 297 and a half and $3 here. Now 302 and a half, gonna be fine. Little money to 5, 7 and a half here. Little money who do 310, 10, 10, gonna be 310, 312 and a half, 312 and a half. Little money to 315 here. Little money 317 and a half, gonna be 320 here. And then 322 and a half, then 325, 5, 5, 327 and a half, 325. Little money gonna be 327 and a half, half, half. Now 330 here. Little money gonna be 332 and a half, 335. Little money gonna be 35, 5, 5, 337 and a half here. 335. Little money gonna be 337 and a half. Little 335, 5, 5, gonna be 337 and a half, 335 and 7 and a half. All in, all done. Sold them to you 335, 63, 335, 63. Yes, sir. Same deal here. Same deal. They got a bunch here. Nice and calm. Oh, I have a still steers here. Money gonna be $3 here. Money gonna be 333. 333, money gonna be 285, 5, money gonna be 285, where 285, 285, 275, money gonna be 275, had all their shots here, money gonna be 275, 5, 275, now 277 and a half, 280 here, 282 to hand, gonna be 285, 87 and a hand, gonna be 290 here, 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 5, 5, 292 and a half, 5, 5, 5, 297 and a half, now $3 here, money $3, 302 to hand, money 305, 5, 5, 302 to hand, gonna be 305, 302 to hand, 305, 5, 5, money gonna be 5, 5, 5, 302 and little money gonna be 305, 307 and a half, 310 here, and little money gonna be 310, 312 and a half, little money gonna be 315 here, and gonna be 317 and a half, gonna be 320. 322 and a half, little money 325, 327 and a half, little money 327 and a half, half, and 327 and a half, to 330 here, 330 here. Now 332 and a half, little money gonna be 332 and a half, 330 here, little money 332 and a half, 330 here, little money gonna be 332 and a half. Where little money 330 here, little money gonna be 332 and a half, 330 here, gonna be 332 and a half. All in and all done, all in and all done. 332 and a half your way, 63, 332 and a half, 332 and a half, 63. What's the matter? Three steers, 597, 598, 604. Same man's cattle. Angus Shorthorn Cross here. $3 here. $3 right there. Now 302 and a half and 5. Now 7 and a half. Little money. Now 310, 10, 10. Little money gonna be 310, 312 and a half. Gonna be 315 here. Little money 315, 17 and a half. 317 and a half. Gonna be 320. Little money 20, 20, 20. 322 and a half here. Little money gonna be 322 and a half. 322 and a half here. Little money gonna be 322 and a half. Gonna be 325, 5, 5. Gonna be 327 and a half. Now 330, 330 here. Little money gonna be 330. Now 332 and a half. Little money 335, 5, 5. Gonna be 335, 5, 5. Gonna be 335, 332 and a half, 335 where, 332 and a half, little money gonna be 335, 332 and a half, little money gonna be 335, 335, little money gonna be 335, all in and all done. 332 and a half right there, 63, 332 and a half, 63. Same cattle here, cane cattle. Out of registered bulls here. $3 here. Give me three. Give me three. Give me 285. Who to be 285? Five. Give me 285. 285. 285. Give me 285. 265. 285. 265. Now 267 a hand. Gonna be 270. 272 to hand. Gonna be 75. 77 a hand. 77 a half. Your way. Now 80. 282 to hand. Gonna be 282 to hand. Gonna be 285. 287 a hand. Gonna be 290 here. Gonna be 292 and a half. 295. 297 a half. $3 here. 302 to hand. Gonna be 302 to hand. They're running 305, 7 a hand, they're money 307 a hand, gonna be 210, 312 and a half here, and then 312 and 15 here, gonna be 317 and a half. 320, they're money gonna be 322 to hand, they're money gonna be 322 and a half, gonna be 325, 327 and a half here, who'd be 327 and a half, gonna be 330, 330, 330, did you say that? 330 here, and gonna be 332 and a half, gonna be 335, 5, who'd the money gonna be 335, 337 and a half, 337 and the money gonna be 337 and a half, 335, 337 and a half, 335, 337 and a half, the money all in and all done, all in and all done. 335 your way, 63, 335 on 63. Now $3 here. Give me 333, 333, 285. Give me 285, 285. 250 here, give me 250, 50, give me 250, 50, give me 250, where give me 250, 250, 225, 227 a hand, 227 a half, 225, gonna be 227 a half, 225, give me 227 a half, where 225, gonna be 227 a hand, gonna be 230, 230, 232 and a hand, gonna be 235, 5, 235, 5, 235, 5, 237 a hand, gonna be 240 and 242 and a half, 245, 245, 5, gonna be 247 a hand, gonna be 250 here, 252 and a half, gonna be 255, 5, 257 and a half, 257 and a half, 257 and a half here, and gonna be 260, 262 and a half, now 265, 267 and a half, gonna be 270, 272 and a half, 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, where 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, 270 here, gonna be 272 and a half, all in all done. Sold it to you 270 to Ron's way. Can you run around a couple?
All right, what do we got? A little steer? $250, $2, $2, $2 and a half, $2 and a half, 5, 7 and a 10, 210, 12 and a 15, 215, 17 and a half, now 20, 220, 220, 220, 25, no 7, 28, 230, 230, 2 and a half, 32 and a half to 5, 235, no 7 and a half, no 40, 240, 2 and a half, 242 and a half, 5, 45, no 7 and a half, 247 and a half, 50, 250, 7 and a half, 2 and a half, now 5, 255, no 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, 262 and a half, 5, 65, now 7 and a half, now 70, 272 and a half, 272 and a half, 5, 275, 277 and a half, 277 and a half, 277 and a half, 277 and a half, now 80, 3, 80, 280, 280, Ron, 280, 277 and a half, now 80, 280, 280, now 282 and a half, 282 and a half, now 5, 285, now 7 and a half, 290, 290, 287 and a half to 90, 290, sold 287.50, 622, 622. All right, what do we got? A little bull? All right, same cattle. $3, 3, don't 3. Now 2 and a half, 302 and a half, 2 and a half, 302 and a half, 302 and a half, 2 and a half, 302 and a half, 302 and a half, 302 and a half, 302 and a half. Sold them $3. 80. Oh, what do we got here? 6 months? British whites? 6 months. All right, what do we do? Buy the head, $1,200. 1,200? 11. We got 1,000. Now 25. 1,100. 1,100. $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. 6 months bread. 1,100. I got 1,000. Now $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. $1,100. Half. Now 11. 11. 11 and a half. 11 and a half. Now 12. 12 and a half. Now 13. 13. Now and a half. 13 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 and a half. Now 14. 14. Ron. 14. No, 13.50. Now 14. $14. 14. Sold them. 13.50 your way, Junior. 1, 2, 3. Takes them all. Yep. Probably White Park. I mean, you know what they're red do?
So that other one just had a calf, and it had a British white calf.
Yeah, one of them had a calf last night, and it was, yep. I haven't seen no Bergsma cattle come in yet, but he quit. All right, couple heifers. Oh, Walter's Dairy, $2.50. $2.50. Got a little cross. $2.50. $2. $2. $2. $1.80. $1.75. $1.50. $1.75. Now 77 and a half. 177 and a half. 177 and a half. 170 and a half. 175 and a half. 177.50. 177 and a half. 17 and a half. Now 80. 180. Now 2 and a half. 82 and a half to 5. 185. 185. 7 and a half. Now 90. 190. 190 to 2 and a half. 2 and a half to 5. 195. 197 and a half. $2. $2. Now 2 and a half. Now 5. 205. 205. Now 7 and a half. 207 and a half. 207 and a half. 207 and a half. Sold them. 205. Wrong. Oh, what do we got here? Heifers? Open heifers. Same man's cattle. 250, 250, 225, 225, $2, 2 and a half, 202 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 and a half. Deals on 202 and a half, 202 and a half. Sold $2, 33. Oh, what do we got here? Bred or open? Big open heifer. That thing's ready for the butcher. All right, $2, $2, 195, 195, 195, 195, 180, 180, 150. Now 2 and a half, 152 and a half, 152 and a half, 52 and a half, 152 and a half, 52 and a half, 155, 7 and a half, 60, 160, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 165, 7 and a half, 177. Now 2 and a half, 172 and a half, 172 and a half. Now 5, 77 and a half, 177 and a half. Now 80, 180. Now 2 and a half, 80, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, 85, 185, 185, 182.50, 185, 185. Now 7 and a half. Now 90, 190. Now 2 and a half, 192 and a half, 192 and a half. Now 5, 195. Now 7 and a half, 197 and a half, $2, 2, 202 and a half, 202 and a half, 202 and a 5, 205, 207 and a half, 207 and a half, 207 and a half, 207 and a half. Now 10, 210, Joe, 210, 207 and a half, now 10, 210. Sold 207.50 right down here. 609, no vet work, no vet work. No, hey, look at this. Couple more heifers. Oh, off the Paul Dairy. Oh, 250, 250, 225, 225, $2. Now 2 and a half. 202 and a half, 2 down, 2 and a half, 2 and a half. Now 5, 205, now 7 and a half, 210, 210, 12 and a half. Now 15, 215, now 17 and a half, now 220, 222 and a half. Now 5, 225, now 7 and a half, then another 30, 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 32 and a half. Sold 230, 33. Same cattle, I believe. $225, $225, $225. Now 7.5, 7.5, 30, $230, $230, $230, 2.5. Paul Dairy. Have been on grass, silage. Heifers also on grains, grass and silage. Vaccinated. Where was I? 230. Now 2.5. 232 and a half. 232 and a half. 232 and a half. 230 and a half. 232 and a half. 232 and a half. Sold them 230. 33. All right, what do we got? A little heifer. 250, 250, 225, 250. Now 2.5, 52 and a half, 252 and a half, 2.5 to 5, 255, 7.5. Now 8, 60. Now 2.5, 2.5 to 5, 265, now 7.5, now 70, 270, 2.5. Now 5, 275, now 7.5, 75, now 280, 280, 2.5, now 5, 285, now 7.5, now 290, 2.5, 5, 290, 7.5, now 3, 3, now 2.5, 302 and a half, 5, 7.5, now 10, 210, now 12.5, now 15, 315, 17 and a half, 20, 320, 2.5, now 5, 325, now 7, 330, 2.5, 32, now to 5, 35, now 7.5, now 40, 340, now 2.5, 2.5, 42, now 5, 225, now 7.5, 347 and a half, now 50, 350, sold them 347.50, 63. All right, what do we got to steer? All right, 275. 275, now 75, now 80, 280, 280, 2.5, 82.5, 82.5, 5, now 7.5, now 90, 292.5, now 5, 293, 3, 2.5, 5, 305, now 7, now 10, 310, now 12, now 15, 17.5, 20, 322.5, now 5, 325, now 7.5, 330, 2.5, now 5, 335, now 7.5, now 40, 340, 2.5, 5, 345, now 7, 7.5, now 50, 350, 2.5, 352.5, 2.5, now 5, 355, 7.5, now 60, 360, now 2.5, now 5, 365, 365, sold him 362.50 right down here. I can't remember his number. What was it? 611, 611. Yeah, they're staying pretty high right at the end. Ooh, we got some slick-hided heifers here. 7 or 8 of these, or 4 of them. Oh, where'd these come from? Oh, Ferndale cattle. Oh, Martin Tobin cattle from up there by, what is that, Concrete or up that area? Acme. These are top of the line here. He uses top of the line bulls, feeds well, had all their shots. Boy, if you wanted to breed some cattle here, they're ready to throw a bull with them. These would be the kind. Start a herd right here. Oh, 275, 275, 250, 250, 225, 225, 225, 225, 210. They're fancy. Now 12 and a half. 212 and a half, 212 and a half. Acme cattle, 212 and a half. I got 210. Deal on 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half. Now 15, 215, 215, 215, 215. I got them in the corner. 215. Now 17 and a half. 220, 220, 2 and a half. 222 and a half to 5, 225, 225 to 7 and a half, 227 to 230, 230, 2 and a half, 232 and a half, now 5, 235, 235 to 7 and a half, 237 and a half, 237 and a half, 237 and a half, sold 235, 33. Should have bought them for all here and put a fancy bowl with them. Yeah, they were ready for a bull. All right, same man's cattle maybe. Acme cattle, Tobin cattle. Uses top of the line bulls. Oh no, these are McRae cattle. McRae cattle down south. All right, 250, 250, 235, 235, 235, 235, 235, 225, 210, 2. Now 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 5, 205, 7.5. Now 10, 210, now 12.5, now 15, 215, now 17, now 220, 2.5. Now 5, 225, now 7.5, now 30, 30, now 2.5, now 5, 235, 7.5. Now 40, 240, 237.5, 240, 240. Sold them up top, 237.50, 619, 619. Steer. All right, that's a nice one. McRae cattle, I believe, still, yeah. 250, 250, 225, 225, 210, 210, 12.5. 212.5, 210, now 12.5, 212.5, 212.5, 212.5, 212.5. We're going to let them go. 12.5, now 15, 215, 17.5, now 20, 220, 220, now 2.5, 2.5, 222, now 5, 225, now 7.5, now 30, 230, 232 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half. Sold them 230, 33. Oh, what do we got here? Big steer? Heavy steer. He's stocky, built like a freight train. Same man's cattle, McRae cattle down there in Skagit. Yeah, we should probably get it on a scale, take a peek at it. Yeah, I'm saying 11 or 12. I'm thinking 11 or 12. That thing's pretty solid. All right, we'll get them on a little scale in a minute. All right, what do we got here? 250, 250, 225, 225, 225, 225, 210. 210, 210, now 12 and a half, 212 and a half, 210, now 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 15, 215, 215, now 17 and a half, 220, 220, 220, Carter's 220, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, sold 220, 600, 600. Sweet, we're under 100. Oh, what's this? All right, what do we got here? A little heifer. $2, 185, 185, 150, 50, 50, 50, now 5, 155, 152 and a half, 152 and a half, 152 now 5, 157 and a half, now 60, 2 and a half, 162 now 5, 165 now 7 and a half, now 70, 172 and a half, 5, 175 now 77 now 80, 180, 182 and a half, now 5, 185, 7 and a half, 90, 190, now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 195, 7 and a half, $2, $2 now 2 and a 2, 202 and a half, now 5, 205, 7 and a half, now 10, 210 now 12 and a half, 12 and a half now 15, 215, 215, wrong, 215, 215, 215, sold 202, 212, 640, 640. 640 divided. For what? What did I do? 212 and a half or something? Or, yeah, I think. Okay, what do we got? Watch out. Heads up a little bit. Oh, $2, 195, 195, 180, 170, 50, 150, 50. Now 2 and a half, 5, 155, now 7 and a half, 160, 62 and a half, now 5, 165, 7 and a half, now 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, 175, now 80, 175, now 77 and a half, now 80, 182 and a half, 185, 7 and a half, now 90, 190, 190. Sold 187.50, 34. Oh, another heifer. All right. $2, 195, 195, 180, 170, 150, 55. Now 7.5. Now it's 60. 162 and a half. Now 5. 165. Now 7. Now 70. 170. 2.5. 5. 175. Now 77. Now 80. 180. 182 and a half. 185. 7.5. Now 90. 192 and a half. 92 and a half. 192 and a half. 5. Now 7.5. Now $2. $2. Now 2.5. 5. 205. Now 7.5. 207. Now 10. 210. 12 and a half. 212 and a half. 212 and a half. Sold them. 210. 33. You were close.
Here we go, getting serious now. We got Hovander cattle in the ring here. Hovander cattle. $2 here. Gonna be two. Gonna be two. Gonna be two. 185. 5. Gonna be 185. 187 and a half. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 185. 5. Gonna be 187 and a half here. 187. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 187 and a half. We'll sell you a choice. 187 a hand, little money gonna be 190 here, little money gonna be 190, 90, 187 a hand, little money who to be 190, 187 a hand gonna be 190, 190, 190, 187 a hand gonna be 190, 187 a hand, little money gonna be 190 where, little 190 here, little 192 a hand, little money gonna be 195, 5, who to be 197 a half here, little money gonna be 3, 2, and a 2 and a half. Now 205, little money gonna be 5, 205 here, little money gonna be 207 a hand, little money gonna be 210, 10, little money who to be 210, 27 a half and 210, 212 a hand, little money gonna be 215, little money 212 a hand, little money gonna be 215 here, little money gonna be 215, 17 and a half here, and gonna be 220, 220, 220, 220, 217 and a hand, little money 220 here, and little money 222 and a hand, little money gonna be 225, little money gonna be 227 and a half a hand, little money who to be 225, gonna be 227 and a hand, little money gonna be 230 here, now 232 and a hand, little money 235, little money 5, 232 and a hand, little money gonna be 235, 232 and a hand, little money gonna be 235, 232 and a half here, little money gonna be 235, 237 and a hand, little money gonna be 240, 240, 242 and a hand, little money gonna be 242 and a hand, gonna be 245, little money 47 and a half here, little money 250, 252 and a hand, little money gonna be 255, little money who to be 255, gonna be 257 and a hand, gonna be 260 here, 262 and a half, 265, little money 235, 262 and a hand, little money gonna be 235, 262 and a hand, little money gonna be 265 where, little money 232 and a hand, little money who to be 235, 262 and a hand, gonna be 265, all in and all done, 262 and a half, you're away, 636. Which one do you want? 740? 740 going out the door. Yep. Nice work, fellas. Runner up, you want the other two? $240. Maybe 240, 40, 40. Maybe 225. Maybe 225, $2 here. $2 and a half. Now 2 and a half. Maybe 2 and a half here. Who to be 2 and a half? $2 here. 2 and a half. Gonna be 5, 5. Gonna be 5, 7 and a half. 7 and a half. 210. Gonna be 10, 10. Gonna be 212 and a half here. Gonna be 215. Gonna be 215. 217 and a half here. Gonna be 220, 20, 20. Who to be 220? 222 and a half. 225. Gonna be 225. Fine, little money gonna be 227 a hand, little money 227 a hand, gonna be 230, little money who would be 230, 230, 230, 227 a hand, little 230, now 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 235, little money gonna be 237 and a half here, little money 240, 40, 40, little money who would be 240, 242 and a half, 245, 245, little money gonna be 245, 242 and a hand, little money gonna be 245 where, little money 242 and a hand, little money gonna be 245, 5, 242 and a hand, gonna be 245, all in all done. Sold them to you 242 and a half. Put it on. You want 739? 739 out the door. And that's what he said. You want the other one, Todd? Grill closes at 3. Can you make me a hamburger, please? Thank you. Oh, 225. Little money gonna be 225. $2 here. Little money gonna be 2 and a half. Little $2 here. 2 and a half. Little money gonna be 2 and a half. $2 here, and the money gonna be two and a half. Where now 205, and the money gonna be 205, 5, and the money do a hang, gonna be 205, 7 and a half, gonna be 210 here, and 212 and a half, 215. 217 and a hand, little money can be 220, 222 and a hand, little money can be 225, 5, 227 and a hand, little money can be 30, 30, 30, little money could be 230, 232 and a hand, can be 235, 5, 235, 237 and a half, 240, little money can be 240, 242 and a hand, little money can be 242 and a hand, 240 here, little money can be 242 and a half. Todd's 240, need 242 and a hand, little money can be 240 here, little money can be 242 and a hand, little 240 and little money can be 242 and a half, half, all in, all done. 240 Todd's way, 240 Todd's way, 645, 645, I think that is. Hovander steers still, I would imagine. These things are ripping. Here we go. 250, 50, money 250, 50, 252 and a half. 250, money deals on, money 252 and a half, money 252 and a half, money 252 and a half, 252 and a half, half, hand, money 252 and a half, 252 and a half, half, hand, money 252 and a half, 255, 255, money 255, 257 and a half here, money 255, 257 and a half, 257 and a half, 260, now 260 here, money 262 and a half. Little money be 262 and a half, who do 262 and a half, 262 and a half, sir, 260 here, little money be 262 and a half, little money be 262 and a half, 260 here, who do 262 and a half, all in and all done, 262 and a half, I think we're selling them both, aren't we, Ron? 262 and a half, gotta buy them both, 260 here, little money, 262 and a half, all in all done, 260 Ron's way, 260 Ron's way. Two little steers here, a little later. $3 here. Little money can be 285. Little money 285. Little money can be 285. Little money who to be 285. Little money 285. Now 287 and a half. 285. Little money 287 and a half. Little money who to be 290. Little money can be 290. 292 to hang. To be 295. 297 and a hang. To be 332 and a half and 5. Little money 7 and a half. To be 310. 312 and a half. 15. 17 and a hang. Little money 20. 22 and a half. 25. 327 and a half. Little money 330 here. Little money 332 and a half. Little money 335. 37 and a hang. To be 340. 42 and a half. 345. 47. Little money 50, 50, 50, 50, 52 and a half, little money 50, 55, 5, 352 and little money 355, 352 and a half, 355, where's little money 352 and a half, little money 355, 352 and a half, gonna be 355, 5, all in and all done, sold them 352 and a half, 63, 352 and a half, 63. Big open heifer, huh? Hovander heifer. Go ahead and throw her on the scale. $150 here. Gonna be 150, 50, 50. Gonna be 145, 5, gonna be 145 right there. Now 147, little money 145, little money 47 and 147 and a half, 147 and a half. Gonna be 150, 152 and little money 152 and a half. Gonna be 155, 157 and a half, 157 and a half. Gonna be 130 here. Little money 132 and a half, gonna be 135, 5, 67 and a half, 170 here. Little money 132 and a half. Gonna be 175, 177 and a half. Gonna be 180 here. Gonna be 182 and a half. Gonna be 185, 187 and a half, 187 and a half. Gonna be 190. Gonna be 191, 191. 192, little money 222, gonna be 193, little money who to be 194, gonna be 195, 5, 196 here, gonna be 197, 77, gonna be 198 over here, 188, 199, $2, 201, little money to 111, $2 here, little money who to be 201, $2 here, little money gonna be 201, $2 here, gonna be 201, $2 and 1, $2 and 1, all in, all done. 201, 202, little money, 201, little money, 222, 201, little money, gonna be 202, 202, 202, all in and all done. Sold it right here, 201. What's the steel over there? 145, put it on 145, 201. There you go. It's a good grass, 100% grass-fed steers here. Yep, pretty much organic steers here. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. What do you want to do here? Gonna be 250, 50, 50. Gonna be 250, 50, 50. Gonna be 250 where? 250 where? Gonna be 250, 50. 225. 225. 227 and a half. Deals on. 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. Half. Who to be 227 and a half? 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. 230. 232 to hand. 235. 5. Gonna be 237 and a half. 240 here. 242 to hand. Gonna be 245. 47 and a half. 247 and a half. 245. Gonna be 247 and a half. 245 and 247 and a half. Where little money be 245, 5, who to be 247 and a half here, and little money be 245 and 7 and a half. 245, 7 and a half, all in, all done, all in, all done. 245 right here on 604, 604. Same deal here. Gonna be 250. You only do one. We'll sell choice here. Gonna be 250. Now 250 do it. Money 250 here. 250 do it hand. Gonna be 255. Do it. Money gonna be 255. 257 hand. Money 250 half. 255. Gonna be 257 half. 260 here. Money 260 do it hand. Gonna be 275. 277 hand. Gonna be 270 here. Money gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Money 272 and a half. 270 here. Money gonna be 272 and a half. Where money gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Money gonna be 272 and a half. 270 here. Money gonna be 272 and a half. 272 and a half, all in and all done. 270 Ron's way, takes the black one, you betcha. Just the black one, guys. Looks like Sonny's bidding over here. He's bidding. He'll take the Hereford, same price. Here we go. Hey, 225. Gonna be 225. Gonna be 225. $2 here. Maybe 222. I got two now. 2 and a hand. Gonna be 2 and a hand. Gonna be 255. 2 7 hand. 210. 10. Gonna be 210. 2 7 half. You gotta be 210. 2 7 half here. 210. 212 and a hand. 212 and a hand. Gonna be 215. 17 and a half here. Gonna be 220. 222 and a hand. Gonna be 225. 227 and a half. 227 and a half. 30. Now 32 and a hand. 232 and a half. I got 230 here. 232 and a half. Where? Money gonna be 232 and a half. 230 here. Money gonna be 232 and a half. 232 and a half right there. Now 235. Money 235. 232 and a half. Gonna be 235. 5. 232 and a half and 5. 230. Money gonna be 5. All in, all done. Sold it to you. 232 and a half. 623. 623. Thank you. Ostrom cattle. 250 here. Gonna be 250, 225. Gonna be 225 to 227 and a half. 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. 225, 5. 227 and a half. 225. Gonna be 227. One more time around, guys. 225. Gonna be 227 and a half. 230, 232 to hand. 235, 5. Gonna be 237 and a half. 237. Gonna be 242 to hand. 245, 5. Gonna be 247 and a half. 247 and a half. 250. Now 252 to hand. Gonna be 255. 257 and a half. 257 and a half. Money to 257 and a half. Gonna be 257 and a half. 260 here. 260 here. 257 and a half. Money gonna be 260 where? Money 257 and a half. Money gonna be 250. 257 and a half and 260. 257 and a half. 60. Got you guys at 257 and a half. Looking for 260. Taking them both. 257 and a half. 260. All in, all done. Sold them to you. 257 and a half right here. 113. 113. Thank you. Look at this big old Charlet. Ooh, wow. Huh? I never seen him before. I don't know. They're plenty tall. Big old steers here. I see it. Here we go. Gonna be $125. Gonna be 125. 5. Gonna be 125. 125. 5. Gonna be 120. 120 where? 120 right here. Now 122 to hand. Gonna be 122 to hand. 125. 5. Gonna be 127 to hand. Gonna be 130 here. 132 and a half. Now 135. 135. 137 to hand. Gonna be 140 here. 140. 40. Now 142 to hand. Gonna be 142 to hand. Gonna be 145. 5. 142 to hand. Gonna be 145. 142 to hand. 145. 147 to hand. Gonna be 150. 152 to hand. Money 150 here. Gonna be 152 to half. 150 here. 152 to half. 150 here. Money gonna be 152 to half. Money 150 here. Money gonna be 152 to half. All in and all done. All in and all done. 150 Ron. 150 Ron. 761. Flex V steer. Now 127 hand, gonna be 127 hand, 130, 132 to hand, gonna be 135, 137 hand, gonna be 140, money, 142 to hand, gonna be 145, 142, 147 half here. Now 150, money, 152 to hand, money, gonna be 155, 87 hand, 130 here, gonna be 132 and a half, 165, 167 hand, money, gonna be 170 here, 137 hand, money, 170, 137 hand, gonna be 170, 70, 167 hand, money, gonna be 170, 170, 170, all in all done. Sold it to you 167 and a half, bronze way. Back to the small stuff. 250 here. Maybe 250, 50, 50. Maybe 250, 50, 50. Maybe 250. Now 252 and a half. 252. Maybe 252 and a half. Maybe 252 and a half. Half. 250 here. 252 and a half. 250 here. Gonna be 252 and a half. You guys going for it? 252 and a half. Gonna be 255. 287 and a half. Gonna be 260 here. Gonna be 260 here. 260 here. 260 here. 257 and a half. Gonna be 260 here. 257 and a half. Gonna be 260 here. 262 to hang, gonna be 265, 267 and a half. Now 270, 272 to hang, gonna be 275, 77 to hang, gonna be 280 here, gonna be 280, 280, no 282 to hang, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, gonna be 290. Now 92 and a half. Now 95, little money, gonna be 297 to hang, little money, $3 here, little 302 and a half, $3 here, little money, gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, little money, gonna be 302 and a half, $3 here, 302 and a half, all in, all done. $3 your way, $3 Ron's way. Don't buy her for a breeder here. $2 here. Give me two. Give me 185. Give me 185. 150. 152 to hand. Give me 150 here. Give me 152 to half. Give me 152 to half. 155. 157 to hand. Give me 160 here. 162 to half. Now 165. 167 to hand. 170 here. 172 to hand. Give me 175. 175. 177 to half here. Give me 180. 182 to hand. Give me 185. 85. 87 to hand. Gonna be 190 here, and little money gonna be 192 to hang, gonna be 195, 195, 197 and a half, 197 and a half here, and little money 222, little money 222 and a half here, and little money 222 and a half, 5, gonna be 27 and a half here, 27 and a half, 10, down 12 and a half, little money gonna be 12 and a half, little 215, little money 217 and a half, little money gonna be 217 and a half, 215, gonna be 217 and a half, gonna be 220, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, little money gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, little money gonna be 222 and a half, 220 here, little money gonna be 222 and a half, all in and all done. Sold at 220 right there, Ron's way. Thank you. Here's another good steer here. Gonna be a Tom DeHogue steer right here, Sumas cattle, neighbors cattle. Let's throw them on there, Corey. You betcha. Perfect steer there. $9.15. Look at that. $9.15. Right on. Right on point. You need any more of these? 225. Give me 225. 5. $2 here. Give me 2 and a half. Half. 2 and a half. 2 to hang. Give me 5. Give me 2 7 and a half here. Give me 210. 10. Give me 12 and a half. Now 215. 217 and a half. Give me 220 here. Give me 222 to hang. Give me 225. 5. Give me 225. Give me 227 and a half. Give me 230. 232 and a half. 235. Give me 237 and a half. Give me 240. 242 to hang. Give me 245. 47 and a half. Give me 250 here. Give me 250. 47 and a half. 50. 247 and a half. 50 where 247 and 250 here. 252 to hang. Give me 255. 5. Give me 255. Give me 255. 5. 252 to hang. Give me 255. 252 to hang. Give me 255. 5. 255. 255. All in, all done. Sold it right here. 252 and a half. 123. 123 buyer. Thank you. There's Bob, Mr. Bob in the ring there. Yeah. Looks like he needs a little sunshine. $2 here. 2. 185. Gonna be 185. 5. 187 and a half. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 187 and a half. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 185. 187 and a half. 185. Gonna be 187 and a half. 87 and a half. 187 and a half. 190 here. Gonna be 190. 192 and a half. 195, 197 and a money with 222, and a money with 2 and a 2, 2.5 here, and a money gonna be 205, 7.5 here, and gonna be 210, 212 and a half, 215, 17 and a half, 220, 222 and a hand, and a money 5, 5, 5, 227 and a hand, gonna be 230, 232 and a hand, gonna be 35, 37 and a half, 240, 242 and a half, 242 and a hand, and a money gonna be 245, 5, 5, gonna be 245, 247 and a half here, and a money gonna be 247 and a hand, gonna be 250, 50, and a money 52 and a half, 252 and a hand, 255, 5, 5, 257 and a half here, and a 255, gonna be 257 and a half, 255, 257 and a half, 255, 57 and a half, all in, all done. Sold at 255 Bronzeway. 712 down there. Good looking little heifer. Hilberdink cattle. Oh, what are we going to do here? Going to be 250, 50, 50, going to be 225, 5, going to be 225, 5, going to be 225, $2 here, 2, 185, going to be 185 to 187 and a half, 185, going to be 187 and a half, 187 and a half, going to be 190 here, 192 and a half, 192 and a half, going to be 195, 197 and a half, 197 and a half, 222, 2 and a half here, going to be 205, 5, going to be 205, 7 and a half, 2 7 and a half, 210, little money be 210, 212 and a half, little money 212 and a half, gonna be 212 and a half, 210, gonna be 212 and a half, 210 here, little money gonna be 212 and a half, little 212 and a half, 210 here, gonna be 212 and a half, 210 here, little money gonna be 212 and a half, 210 gonna be 212 and a half, all in and all done. 210, Ron's way. Sure, let's weigh it. Thank you. How many we got left, Denise? 64 to go. 660 pounds, bud. 185 here, gonna be 185, 150 on another, gonna be 150, 50, 50, gonna be 150, 50, 50, here, 152 and a half, 150, 152 to hand, 185, gonna be 157 hand, city here, gonna be 152 to hand, gonna be 135, 177 hand, gonna be 170, 172 to hand, gonna be 175, 77 to hand, gonna be 80 here, gonna be 182 to hand, gonna be 185, 87 to hand, gonna be 190 here, 192 to hand, gonna be 195, 97 and a half, 192, 2 and a half here, gonna be 5, 7 and a half here, gonna be 210. 212 and a half, 215, little money gonna be 215, 18, little money who do it 215, 212 and a half, 215, 212 and a half, little money gonna be 215, 17 and a half, little money gonna be 220 here, and 222 to hand, little money 222 to hand, gonna be 225, 7 and a half, 230, 227 and a half, little money gonna be 230, 227 and a half, little money gonna be 230, 30, 227 and a half, little money who do it 30, 227 and a half, and 30, all in and all done. 227 and a half, Ron's way. What do we got here? I got a note on this guy. S&K Ranch is bull sired this one here. They've had 2 rounds of Pyramid 5, Respiratory, Bovalus, 2020 Vision 7 with Spur. All shots, good to go. Now 327 and a half. Here we go, Michael. 327 and a half. 325. Little money gonna be 327 and a half. 327 and a half. 326. Gonna be 327 and a half. 325. Little money gonna be 327 and a half. Little money 325. Gonna be 327 and a half. 330. 332 and a half. Little money gonna be 335. Gonna be 337 and a half. Gonna be 340. 342 and a half. Gonna be 345. Little money 345. Gonna be 347 and a half. Gonna be 350 and 352 and a half. 355. 352 and a half. 355. 357 and a half. Little money gonna be 357 and a half. 355. Gonna be 357 and a half. 355. Little money gonna be 357 and a half, and 355, little money gonna be 357 and a half, all in and all done. All in and all done. Got 355 Todd's way, 355 Todd's way, 645, 645. You're coming back? Is that what you said? 225, gonna be 225, $5, gonna be $2 here, gonna be 222, 222, gonna be $2 here, gonna be 185, 185, 185 here. Now 187 and a half, 190 here, gonna be 192 and a half, gonna be 195, 197 and a half here, gonna be 197 and a half, gonna be 2 $2 a pound. Now 2 and a half, gonna be 2 of 5, 7 and a half here, gonna be 210, 212 and a half, gonna be 212 and a half, half hand, gonna be 212 and a half, 210, gonna be 212 and a half, 210, gonna be 212 and a half, 210 here, gonna be 212 and a half, half hand, 212 and a half, 210, gonna be 212 and a half, 210, 12 and a half, all in all done. 210 going on 203, 210, 203 straight. 203 straight. Name Clover, huh? $2 here, $2 here, 2 and a half, $2 here, $2 and a half, half, 2 2 5, 2 5, 7 and a half here, and 210, 212 and a half, 215, 17 and a half, 220, 220, 20, 20, 220, 222 and a half here, and gonna be 225, 225, 225, gonna be 227 and a half, 230, 230 here, and gonna be 232 and a half, gonna be 235, 5, 235, gonna be 237 and a half, 240, 240, gonna be 242 and a hand, 245, 245, 247 hand, gonna be 250, 252 and a half, 255, 255, 257 hand, 257 hand, gonna be 260 here, 260 here, 257 half, 60, 257 half, 260 where, gonna be 257 hand, gonna be 260, all in and all done. 257 and a half, your way, 63, 63. Maybe try that again, huh? $647. Open heifer. It says open heifer on my computer. Here we go. Hey, black steer there. What do you know? Maybe $2 a pound. Maybe two. Maybe $2. Maybe $2. 185. Maybe 185. 187 and a half. Maybe 185. 187 and a half. 185. Maybe 187 and a half. 185. 187 and a half. Where? Maybe 187 and a half. 187 and a half. 185. Maybe 187 and a half. 187 and a half. Bud, are you looking for a weight? You say? Let's see once. 875. 185, little money can be 187 and a half, where? 187 and little money, who do 90, 90, 90, little money can be 190, 190, 192 and a half, 195, 197 and a half, $2, 202 and a half, 205, little money can be 7 and a half, 210, and 210, gonna be 212 and a half here, and gonna be 215, 217 and a half, gonna be 220, 222 and a half, 222 and a half, 225, little money can be 227 and a half, little 227 and a half, who do 227 and a half, 225, gonna be 227 and a half, 225, 227 and a half, 225 here, Todd, you're out, we're on the same page, 225, 227 and a half, 230, little money can be 230 here, and 232 and a half, 232 and a half, 232 little money can be 232 and a half, 230 here, little money can be 232 and a half, gonna be 232 and a half, 230 here, 232 and a half, 230 here, 232 and a half, all in, all done, I got it sold right there, 230, 230, Ron's way. Oh, I remember this one. Here we go. 250, 250, give me 250, 225, 5, give me 225, where? Give me 225. $2 here, give me 2, 2, 2, give me 2, 2, 2, 185, 5, give me 185, 185, little money can be 185, 150 here, little 150, now 152 and a half, little money who little money can be 152 and a half. 150 here, little money can be 152 and a half, little money who 152 and a half, 150 gonna be 152 and a half, 155, 5, gonna be 157 and a half, 160, 162 and a half, gonna be 175, 177 and a half, gonna be 170 here, gonna be 172 and a half, 175, 5, who 175, 177 and a half here, 170, 180, 180 here, little money can be 180, 182 and a half, little money can be 185, 5, 187 and a half here, gonna be 190, little money who 90, 90, gonna be 192 and a half, 190 here, little money can be 192 and a half, little 190 here, little money can be 192 and a half, gonna be 195, 5, 195, 5, 197 and a half here, little money who 2, now 2, 2 and a half, now 205, little money gonna be 5, 2, 7 and a half here, little money who 2, 7 and a half, 205, 7 and a half, 205, 7 and a half, all in, all done. 205, Ron's way. Don, you made it. You made it. Here's a little dandy here. Is that 747? Yes, it is. Out of an S&K bowl. 2 rounds, had all its shots, ready to go. 325, gonna be 325, 5, $3 here, gonna be 333, gonna be 333, 333, don't wait, hold on, gonna be 333, gonna be 285, 5, money who do it 285, 285, 5, 275, 5, gonna be 275, 265, gonna be 265, gonna be 267 and a half, 265, gonna be 267 and a half, money 235, gonna be 267 and a half, 270, 272 and a half, 275, 275, 277 and a half, gonna be 280 here, and 282 and a half, gonna be 285, 287 and a half, gonna be 290 here, and 292 and a half, gonna be 295, 297 and a half, now 302 and a half, 305, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half here, and gonna be 15, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, now 320, and gonna be 322 and a half, gonna be 325, 327 and a half, 330, 332 and a half, 335, 37 and a half, 40 here, 42 and a half, 45, 5, 342 and a half, and gonna be 345, 342 and a half, and gonna be 345, 342 and a half, and gonna be 345, all in, all done. Sold at 342 and a half on 63. Got a heifer here, red, white face, open heifer. $150 here, 151, 152 to hand, 155, gonna be 157 to hand, gonna be 160 here, 172 to hand, 175, 177 to hand, gonna be 170 here, money gonna be 170, 172 to half, 172 to hand, money gonna be 175, 5, who to be 175, 5, money 177 to hand, gonna be 180 here, gonna be 182 to hand, gonna be 185, 187 to half, 187 to hand, gonna be 190 here, who to be 192 to hand, gonna be 195, 5, who to be 195, 197 to half, 197 to half, 195, money gonna be 197 to half, 197 to hand, money who to be 2. Now 2 and a half here, and gonna be 205. Money gonna be 205, 5, 207 and a half, 210, 12 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 212 and a half, 15. Money gonna be 17 and a half here, and money gonna be 20, 20, 20, then 222 and a half, gonna be 225, 227 and a half, 30, 230 here, and money 230, 227 and a half, 30 where, 227 and a half, and money gonna be 230 here, and 227 and a half, and money gonna be 230, all in and all done, 227 and a half and 30. Sold it Don's way. 650. 650. Ooh, 225. Gonna be 225. 5, 225. $2 here. Who two. 2 where? Gonna be 2. 2. 185. 5, 185. 185. 150. Now 152, and the money gonna be 152 to half, and the money gonna be 152 to hang, gonna be 155, 57 to hang, gonna be 160 here, 152 to hang, gonna be 162 to hang, gonna be 165, 167 and a half, 170 here, and the money gonna be 170, 172 to hang, 172 to hang, gonna be 175, 5, high, gonna be 175, 172 to half, 175, 177 and a half, 177, and the money gonna be 177 and a half, 175, and the money gonna be 177 and a half, 175, are you saying that? 177 and a half, 175, and the money 177 and a half, 175 here, and gonna be 177 and a half. 175, 77. Are you good in this guy, Terry? Is that what you're looking at? 177 and a half, 180 here, 182 to hand, 182 to hand, gonna be 185, 5, who to be 187 and a half here, gonna be 190, 192 and a half, gonna be 195, 197 and a half, now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, money gonna be 2 and a half here, money gonna be 2 and a half, gonna be 205, 2 and a half, money gonna be 205, 5, 7 and a half, where 205, 7 and a half, 205, I got 205 here, needs 7 and a half, 205, money gonna be 7 and a half, all in and all done, gonna be 205 right here. Richie. Let's catch a weight on this one when you get a chance. Nice steer here. You're going to be Arlen Visser's steer here. He's got 3 black bulls I think we'll be seeing here in the future too. Probably 50. 55. Good looking steer there. I wouldn't think there's a whole lot of these steers left out there. 1280, let's bring him back. Here we go. Hey. Gonna be $2 a pound. 2 right there. Now 201. Gonna be $2 here. Gonna be 201. Who do we 201? $2 here. Gonna be 201. Now 201. 202. Now 3. Now 4. Gonna be 5. 6 here. 27. Gonna be 28 here. Who do we 28? 29 here. Gonna be 29. 210. 10. Gonna be 211. 211. 212. Gonna be 213. 214. Gonna be 215. 15. 214. Gonna be 215. 214. 215. Where? 214. Gonna be 215. 215. 214. 215. 214. Gonna be 215. Gonna be 215. Who to be 15. 214. Gonna be 215. 215. 215, 216, gonna be 217, 218, gonna be 219, you're gonna be 219, 220, now 221, 222, 223, gonna be 224, 225, 55, who to be 225, gonna be 226 here, gonna be 227 and 228, 229, 229, 229, 99, you're saying that, 229, 230, you're gonna be 231, money to 111, 230 here, gonna be 231, 230 here, gonna be 231, don't miss out, 230 here, gonna be 231, 11, all in and all done, all in and all done. Don's Way, 230, 650. What? Okay, what do we got here? Angus Cross Heifer, born 3/24/2024. Been on haylage, sweet licks, and grain daily. Fence broke, never been exposed to a bull. It's got 5-way in it and dewormer on 11/20/24. Good little heifer here. Hey. Give me $2 a pound. Give me $2. $2. Give me 2. Good calm heifer there. Give me 2. Give me 2. Want to weigh it? You want to weigh it? Is that what you said, bud? Throw it on. He does. £580. What do you got, bud? What do you got for me? 580 pounds. Gonna be 222. Where? 2 150 here. Gonna be 150. 152 to hand. 155. 57 to hand. 157 to hand. Gonna be 160 here. 172 to hand. Gonna be 175. 177 to hand. Gonna be 170 here. 172 to hand. Gonna be 175. 77 and a half. 180. 182 to hand. Gonna be 185. 187 to hand. Gonna be 190 here. Gonna be 192 to hand. Gonna be 195. 195. Gonna be 197 to hand. Gonna be 2. Now 2 to hand. Gonna be 5. 27 to hand. Gonna be 210. 10. Gonna be 212 and a half. 215. 17 to hand. Gonna be 220 here. Gonna be 222 to hand. Gonna be 225. 227 to hand. Money to be 230. Now 232 and a half. 232 to hand. Money to be 232 and a half. 235. 5. Money to be 235. 237 and a half. 237 and a half here. 235. 237 and a half. Money to be 240. 40. Gonna be 240. 242 and a half. 242 and a half. 245. Money to be 245. 242 to hand. Money to be 245. 247 and a half here. And gonna be 247 and a half. 247 and a half. 245. 247 and a half. 247 and a half. 250 here. Now 252 to hand. Money to be 255. 260. 262 and a hand. 275, 267 and a half, 270, 272 and a half, 275, 77 and a half, 277 and a half, 275, little money, 277 and a half, 275, little money, 277 and a half, 277 and a half, 275, 77 and a half, all in and all done. 275, 63, 275, 63. What do we heifer, open heifer. 23 months old. Oh, buck 80 here. Gonna be 180, gonna be 180, gonna be 180, 80, gonna be 165, 165, gonna be 167 and a half, 167 and a half, 170 here, gonna be 170 here, 172 to hang, gonna be 175, 77 and a hang, gonna be 80 here, who'd be 182 to hang, gonna be 185, 55, 187 and a half, 190 here, gonna be 190, 192 to hang, gonna be 195, 195, 197 and a half. Now $2 here, money 2 to hang, gonna give you 205, 55, 207 and a half, and 10, 10, 10, 10, 212 and a half, gonna give you 215 here, 212 and a half. Going to be 215, 17 and a half, 217 and a half, little money, give me 217 and a half, 215 and 217 and a half, 215, little money, give me 217 and a half, 17 and a half, 215, little money, who do we 217 and a half, 215, 17 and a half, all in all done. 215, 1, 2, 3, 215, put it on 1, 2, 3. 250 here, nice little heifer there. Little gonna give you 250, 250. Little gonna give you 250, 50, 225, 5, little gonna give you 225. Where? 225 where? Little gonna give you 225, 5, little gonna give you 225, 225, 5, little gonna give you 225. $2 a pound. Little money who do 2, 2, 2, 2. Now 2, 2 to hand. Little money $2 here. Little money give you 2, 2 and a half, 2, 2 and a half, 2, 2 and a half right here. Little money 2, 2 to hand. Little money $2 here. 2, 2 to hand. Gonna be 2, 5, 5, gonna be 2, 7 and a half here. Now 210, 210, 212 and a half, 215. Little money 217 to hand. Gonna be 220, 222 to have. Gonna be 225, 5, 227 and a half, 227 and a half, 227 and a half, 230. Little money to 232 to hand. Little money gonna be 235, 5, and 235, 5, 232 to have. Gotta be 235, 235. Mike, do you want to be 235? 232 to have. Gonna be 235, 232 and a half, 235. We're all in, all done. 235, 237 and a half. Little money gonna be 237 and a half, 235. Little money gonna be 237 and a half. All in, all done. Sold at 235 up top. 626, 626. Thank you. Huh. This will make you laugh. They wanted to, yeah. Oh, buck 75. Gonna be 135, 150, 150. No, it's there. Now, gonna be 152 to hand. 152 to hand. 152 to hand. Gonna be 155, 5, 155. Gonna be 157 and a half here. 157 and a half. Gonna be 160 here. Gonna be 170. 172 to hand. Gonna be 175, 77 and a half. 177 and a half. Gonna be 170. 172 to hand. Gonna be 175, 5, 175, 5, 177 and a half here. Gonna be 180. 180, 182 to hand. Gonna be 185. Gonna be 185, 5, gonna be 187 and a half. Gonna be 190 here. Gonna be 190, 90, 90, gonna be 190, 187 and a half, 190, 187 and a half, 188, and little money gonna be 187 and a half, gonna be 188, 189, 99, gonna be 189, gonna be 190 here, gonna be 191, 191, 192, little money to 222, 193, little money gonna be 193, 33, and 194 here, and who do we 194, 4, 195, 5, 196 here, and little money gonna be 197, little money 197 gonna be 198, who do we 198 and 199, $2, $2 here, little money 201, little money 111, gonna be 201. Did you say that up there? 201, little money gonna be 11, $2 here. Now $201 where? All in, all done, all in, all done. What's that, Junior? 201, 202, 222. It's yours, 201, 34, 201, 34. Another steer here. Yearling. 225, 225, $2, two to hand, give me $2, two and a half, hand, give me two and a half, where, two and a half, two and a half, give me two and a half, $2 here, give me two and a half, hand, give me two and a half, two and a half, two and a half, now five, give me five, 205 here, give me 7.5, now 7.5, 210, 10, give me 212 and a half, give me 212 and a half, give me 215, give me 215, 17 and a half, now 220, give me 220, 20, give me 220, 20, 217 and a half, give me 218, 219, give me 219, 219, give me 219, give me 220, 221, 222, 223, 224, 225, 226 here, and going to be 227, 228, 229, 230, 231, 230 here, and going to be 231, 1, going to be 231, 232, 22, going to be 233, 234, and going to be 234, 4, now 235, 234, and 5, where, and going to be 235, 5, all in and all done, 234, and going to be 235. Sold it right here, 234, 113. Big ones and little ones here. What do we want to do? I'm gonna give you $2 here. I'm gonna give you two. Now two and a half. I'm gonna give you two and a half. Where? I'm gonna give you two and a half. Now 205, 7.5, 210. I'm gonna 212 and a half, 215, 217 and a half. Gonna be 220, 222 and a half, 225, 27 and a half, 30, 32 and a half, 35, 37 and a half. Gonna be 240, 242 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, 50, 52 and a half, 55, 57 and a half. City here, 52 and a half, 55, 55, 57 and a half. Now 70, 270, 272 and a half, 275. 277 and a half. Gonna be 280 here. Gonna be 282 and a half, 280 here. I'm gonna give you 282 and a half, 282 and a half. Gonna be 285. Gonna be 287 and a half. Gonna be 290, 292 and a half, $3. 292 and a half, 295, 297 and a half, $3 here, 302 and a half, 305, 307 and a half, 310, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 320, 322 and a half, 325, 27 and a half, 330, 330, 327 and a half. I'm gonna give you 330, all in and all done. You bought it, 327 and a half. 63, 63. Should have started out at 3, not 2, I guess. I don't know. Here we go. 250 here. 250 here. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. I'm just an ass in a seat, Ron. 250 here. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 250 here. 252 and a half. 252 and a half. 255, 5, 255. 257 and a half. 260 here. Now 262 and a half. 275. 277 and a half. 270 here. 272 and a half. 275. 77 and a half. 280. 282 and a half. 285. Gonna be 287 and a half, gonna be 290 here, 292 and a half, gonna be 295, 297 and a half, gonna be 333, now 302 and a half, 305, little money, who 5, 302 and a half, little money, who 5, 302 and a half, and 5, 302 and a half, little money, gonna be 5, all in and all done. 302 and a half on 63, 302 and a half on 63. Good bull here, huh? $2 here. I'm gonna give you two. I got little horns on them. Two. I'm gonna give you 175. I'm gonna give you 175. 5. I'm gonna give you 175. 5. I'm gonna be 150. 152 and a half. 155. I'm gonna give you 157 and a half. I'm gonna give you 157 and a half. I'm gonna be 160 here. I'm gonna be 162 and a half. I'm gonna be 175. 5. 177 and a half. 167 and a half. 170. Now 172 and a half. I'm gonna give you 172 and a half. I'm gonna be 175. 178 and a half here. I'm gonna give you 177 and a half. I'm gonna be 180. 182 and a half. I'm gonna give you 182 and a half. 185. I'm gonna give you 187 and a half. 187 and a half, 187 and a half, gonna be 190. 192 to hang, the money gonna be 192 to hang, gonna be 195, 5, who do 195, gonna be 197 and a half here, the money who do 197 and a half, gonna be 2 to hang, the money gonna be 2 to hang, the money gonna be 2 and a half, $2 here, who do 2 and a half, $2 here, the money gonna be 2 and a half, $2 here, 2 and a half, all in and all done. $2, Ron's way. Has he been banded? He's been banded. $3 here. Money can be 285, 5, 5, 285, money can be 285, 5, 5, 265, money who to be 285, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 250, 250, 250. Now 252 to hand, money can be 252 to hand, 255, 257 to hand, 260 here, 262 to hand, 265, 267 to hand, gonna be 272 and a half, 275, 77 to hand, gonna be 280 here, gonna be 282 to hand, gonna be 285, 287 to hand, gonna be 290 here, 292 to hand, gonna be 295, 7 and a half, $3 here, 302 to half, 5, 7 and a half, now 10, 12 and a half, 315, 317 and a half, 320 here in the money, 322 to hand, 325, 327 to hand, give me 313, 332 to hand, 335, 337 to hand, 340 here, 342 and a half, 345, 347 and a half, 345 in the money, give me 347 to hand, 345, 5, I'm gonna be 347 and a half, all in and all done. 345.63, 345.63. 150 here, little money can be 150, 50, 50, 125, little money 125, 5, 5, 5, 5, 125, 5, 5, little money 125, $1 here, $1, now 102 and a half, 102 to hand, little money can be 102 to hand, little money 102 to hand, gonna be 105, 5, 5, 107 and a half here, little money who to be 10, 12 and a half, gonna be 115, 17 and a half, gonna be 120, 120, 120, little money who to be 20, now 122 to hand, little money can be 125, 5, 5, gonna be 125, 5, 5, gonna be 125, 127 and a half, gonna be 130, 130, 132 and a half, 132 and little money can be 132 and a half, 130 here, little money can be 132 and a half, all in and all done. 132 and a half, gonna be 135, little money, 135, 5, 5, did you say it? 135, 137 and a half, little 135, 5, sold it to you, 135, 34. $1.25, little money can be 125, little money can be 127 a hand, little money 125, little money can be 127 a half, half hand, 125, 126 where? 126 here. Hold on, close the door, Corey. 1 second. Can we spin her around and take a couple looks at her? 126 here. Little money can be 125. Little money can be 126 here. Little 126 here. 127. Little money can be 127 and 128 here. Going to be 128 and 129. She can go now. 130. Little money can be 130 here and 131. Little money 130 here. 132. 22. Little money 133 here. Going to be 134. Little money 134. 4 4. 134 and 135. 136 here. Little money can be 137. Little money 138. 8. Little money 138. 8. 137 going to be 138. 137. Little 138. 139. Little money 139 going to be 140 and 141. Little money 141. 142, 143, 143 here, little money can be 144, little money can be 145, 5, little money 146 here, going to be 146 here, 145 going to be 146, 145, little money can be 146 where, 145, little money 146 here, 145 and 6 here, all in all done, 145 Ron's way. Here's that big teddy bear of a Holstein steer here, been on Facebook, probably. Big old steer here, $1.50 here, gonna be 150, 50, 50, little money gonna be 150, 50, little money gonna be 50, 50, 50, little money gonna be 150, 140, little money gonna be 140, 135, little money gonna be 120, 20, little money gonna be 120, 120, now 120, little money 122 to hand, little money 120 here, little money gonna be 121, little money gonna be 121, 122, 122, 123, little 124, gonna be 125, 126 here, gonna be 127, 128, 129, gonna be 130, 131. 132, 133, 133, 134, little money, 135, 5, 136 here, little 135, going to be 136 here, going to be 137, 138, 139, little money, going to be 139, 9, who to be 139, going to be 140, little money, who to be 40, 40, 40, going to be 140, now 141, 142, 143, little money, going to be 144, 145, little 144, going to be 145, 5, 144, 5, where, little money, going to be 144, little money, going to be 145, all in and all done, all in and all done. 144 your way, 34, 144, 34. 724. $1.60 here, gonna be 150, gonna be 150 here, 152 and a half, 150 here, gonna be 152 to hand, 152 to hand, 150 here, gonna be 152 and a half, 152 to hand, let's put it on the scale, please, 150 here, gonna be 152 to hand, gonna be 155, 5, 155, gonna be 157 and a half, 160, 160 here, gonna be 152 to hand, gonna be 135, 135, 5, gonna be 167 and a half, 165, gonna be 167 and a half, 135, 137 and a half, 135, 137 and a half, gonna be 170, 170 here, little money, 170, now 172 to hand, little money, gonna be 172 to half, 175 here. Now 175, little money, gonna be 177 to hand, 177 and 180 here, little money, 180, 180, 180, 180, 180. Now 182 to half, 185, 185, 187 and a half. 190 here, little money, give me 192 to half, 190 here, little money, who do 192 to half, 192 to half, 190 here, little money, give me 192 to half, all in, all done. All in, all done. 190 Ron's way. Bull here, 125. Give me 125. 500. Give me $1. Give me one. I got $1. Now on a 2 to hand. Give me 2 to hand. Give me 2 to hand. 105. 7 to hand. 10. 10. Gonna be 12 and a half here. 115 here. Gonna be 115. 117 and a half. 120. 122 to hand. Gonna be 122 to hand. 125. 5. Gonna be 127 to hand. 130. 30. 30. Gonna be 130. 130. 132 to half. 135. 137 and a half. 137, gonna be 135, gonna be 137 and a half, all in, all done. Sold it to you 135.34. $530. Had all its shots, ready to go. Oh, what do we want to do here? Buck 40 here. Gonna be 140, 40, 40. Gonna be 140 where? Gonna be 140, 40, 40. Gonna be 135, 5, 135, 136, 135. Gonna be 136 here. 136, 137, 138, 139, 140. 141, 42. 43, 33. Gonna be 144, 145, 146 here. 147. Gonna be 148 over here. 149, 99. Gonna be 149. 148, 9 where? 148. Gonna be 149, 150 here. Gonna be 150, 151, 152. 153, need a little money, gonna be 154, 155, 56 here, gonna be 157, 158, 159, 159, 160 here, little money, gonna be 160, 159, gonna be 160 here, 159, little money, who do it 60, 159, 160, 159, little money, gonna be 160, all in and all done, 159, Bud's way over there, what are you doing there, Bud? Put it on 31, put it on 31. Hey, thanks, man. Have a good one. Buck 50 here. 125. 127 and a half. 127 and a half. 30, 30, 30. Gonna be 130. Gonna be 130, 30. 132 and a half. Gonna be 135. 137 and a half. 140. 140. Gonna be 140, 40, 40. Who do it 40? Now 142 and a half. 142 and a half. Gonna be 145. 47 and a half. 47 and a half. 50. 152 and a half. Gonna be 155. 155. Gonna be 157 and a half. 160. 162 and a half. 162 and a half. 165. Gonna be 167 and a half. 170 here. Money gonna be 170, 172 and a half, 175, 175, 172 to hand, the money gonna be 175, 175 here, gonna be 177 and a half, gonna be 180 here, who to be the money gonna be 180, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, the money 180 here, who to be 182 and a half, 180 here, the money gonna be 182 and a half, all in and all done, all in and all done. 180 on 34, 180, 34. Can you run a couple, Terry? I gotta eat.
All right, Holstein heifer. 125, 125, 125, 125, 125, 110, 10, $1. $1, now one. 101, $1 no one, 101 no two, 102, 2 no three, 103 no four, 104 no five, 105 no six, 106, 7, 8, 108 no 9, 109, now 10, 110, 110, 10 no 11, 111 no 12, 112, 12, 13, 14, 15, now 17 and a half, now 20, 122 and a half, now 5, 125 no 7 and a half, now 30, 2 and a half, 132 and a half, 5, 135 no 7 and a half, 137 no 40, 140, 140, sold 137, 50, 34, 34. Holsteins. 150, 150, 145, 145, 145, 130, 130, 32 and a half, 32 and a 5, 135 and a 7 and a 40, 140 and a 42 and a half, 45 and a 7 and a half, 50, 2 and a half, now 5, 55 and a 7 and a half, 157 and a half, 157 and a 60, 2 and a half, 162 and a 5, 165, 165, 165, 165, 165. What? 165, now 7 and a half, now 70, 170, 170, 165, now 70, 170. Sold them 167.50, 10. Oh, 125, 125, 125, 125, 125. Hold it. $1. 80. Now 2 and a half. 82 and a half. 82 and a 5. 85. 5. Now 7 and a half. Now 90. 90. 2 and a half. 5. 95. Now 7 and a half. Now $1. $1. $1. 2 and a half. 5, 105, 105, 105, 1, 2 and a half, no 5, 105, 105, now 7 and a half, now 10, 110, 12 and a half, now 15, 115, 115, 17 and a half, 20, 120, 120, 120, 17 and a half, 20, 22 and a half, 22 and a half, 125, 125, now 7 and a half, now 30, 130, 130, 130, 2 and a half, 32 and a half, 132 and a half, sold 130, 34. Oh, Jersey Bowl. I think we had about 3 of these today, 2 or 3. All right. 150, 150, 145, 145, 145, 145, 130, 130. Got 130, now 2 and a half, 132 and a half, 132 and a half, 132 and a half, 132 and a half, 4, 5. Now 5, 135, 135 and a 7 and a half, 137 and a half, 137 and a half. Sold 135, 34. Oh, here we go. Pair. A bunch of open cows. Right. All right. Got a pair.
The calf is a Hereford Jersey Flex V cross.
The calf is a Hereford Jersey Flex V cross, born April 16th, and the
2-year-old first calf heifer.
2-year-old first calf heifer. All right, could have not known about the Jersey part, but hey. On that one, I probably should have. All right, $2,000. 2,000, got 2,000. Now 21. 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 3, 4, 24, no 5, 25, no 6, 26, 26, 25, no 6, 26, 26, 25, no 6, $2,600, 26. Sold $2,500. 1, 2, 3. The buyer. 1, 2, 3. That was actually a pretty good buy.
All that stuff's been on Facebook anyway.
Oh, really?
Soon gonna be out of their pair, and I'm gonna be bidding on this one.
Just, yeah, this one. All right, here we go. Haddis colostrum, born here just last night. Little heifer calf, is it? Little heifer? I got 1,800. Now 19. 19, 19. Now 2,000. 2,021, 2102, 22, 23, 23, 4, 24. $24, 24 now 5, 25. 2,500, 26. 25 now 6, 2,600, 25 now 6. 25, 25, now 25.50. 25.50, 25.50, now 75, 27.75. Sold 25.50 up top. 647, 647. All right, what do we got here? Open cow. All right. Ooh, what do we got? 125, 125, 125, 125, 125, 110. Dollar? One. Now two. 102, no three, 103, 103, no four, 104, 4, no five, 105, no seven, 106, 106, 7, 107, 08, 108, 09, 109, 109, 10, 11, 111, 111, 12, 112, 13, 113, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 119, 20, 121, 121, 2, 122, 23, 24, 124, 125, 6, 126, 7, 127, 8, 128, Marv, 128, 9, 129, 129, 30, 130, 131, 131, 2, 132, 3, 133, 4, 134, 5, 135, 6, 136, 7, 8, 138, 9, 139, 139, 40, 140, 140, 139, 40, 140, sold 139 up top, 631, 631. We've talked about it for years, getting rid of 666. All right, what are we going to open cow? Oh. Yeah, you're right. $1,200, $1,200, $1,100, $1,000. Calf's worth $1,000. I got 8. Now 9. $900. 8. Now 9. Now 10. 10. 10. Now 11. $1,100. 12. 1,200. 11. 12. $1,200. 11. 12. $1,200. 11. 12. Now 13. 14. $14. Truman. 14. 14. $1,400. 14. 14. 14. 15. 14. Now 15. 15. Now 16. 1,600. Truman. 1,600. 16. Sold 1,500 right here. What's your number? You got a number? 607. 607. Holy moly, here we go. Pound town on this one. 145, 145, 145, 145, yes, now 6. 145, no say, 146, Marv, 145, no say, 146, 145, no say, 146, Marv, 146, 146. Sold them 145, Ron, one bid. 250 by 100. Huh? I thought so too. Oh yeah. Open Junior. All right, 145, 145, 145, 145, 145, 140, 140. 140, now 1. 141, 141, 141, 140, now 1. 141, 141, 141, 141, now 2. 141, now 2, 142, 141, now 2, 142, 142. Sold them 141. You want that on that 100. Maine, looks like a Maine cross. Oh, is there a little story on this one too? Okay. All right, I don't see it.
This is Mammy the Mammoth Cow, 4-year-old pure Maine Anjou. She's had 2 heifer calves, currently open with no chance of being pregnant. She's the biggest sweetheart. The one picture of, let's see here, wormed with Poron ivermectin, respects hot wires. Here we go. What do you want to bid here? Hey, gonna be 165. Gonna be 135. Gonna be 150. 150 where? Gonna be 150 here. Gonna be 150. Gonna be 125. Gonna be 125. Gonna be 125. 120. 121. How about 122 to hand? Gonna be 122 to hand. 125. 127 hand. 130. 132 and a half. 135. Gonna be 137 hand. 140 here. 140. 142 to hand. Gonna be 145. 142 and a half, 5. 142 and a half, little money gonna be 145. 142 and a half, little money gonna be 145. 5. Who do it 5? 142 and a half, gonna be 145. All in, all done. 142 and a half, you're away. This is gonna be Rose, the milking shorthorn. 2 years old. Been wormed April 26th. Respects hot wires. $125. Gonna be 125. 125. 127 hand. Money who to be 130. 30. Money gonna be 130. 127. Money gonna be 130. 127 hand. 130 and 132 to hand. Money gonna be 135. 137 hand. Money gonna be 137 hand. Gonna be 140. 142 to half. And 142 and hand. Money gonna be 145. 147 hand. Money gonna be 147 hand. Who to be 150 and 152 and a half. 152 and hand. Money gonna be 155. 157 hand. Money gonna be 157 hand. Gonna be 160 here and gonna be 162 and a half. 165. 167 hand. Money gonna be 170 here and 132 to hand. Money gonna be 172 to hand. 172 and a half. 170 here and money gonna be 172 to half hand. Money who to be 172 and a half. 170 money gonna be 172 and a half. 172 and a half. 172 and a half. All in, all done. Gonna be 170, 123. 170, 123. Thank you. Open cow here. Gonna be $135. Gonna be 135. Gonna be 135. Money $130. Gonna be 130. 30. Money gonna be 125. Gonna be 125. 125. 125. Now 126 here. Money 126 here. Gonna be 127. 128. Money 129. Gonna be 130. 131. Money 132. 133. Gonna be 134. 135. 136 here. 136 here. 135. Money gonna be 136. Money 135. Money gonna be 136 here. 135. Money gonna be 136 here. 135. Gonna be 136. 136. All in and all done. 135. Going on 7-4. 7-4. $6 months bred. $110 here. Gonna be 110, 10, 10. Gonna be $1 where? Gonna be one. Got $1 there. Gonna get 2 in a hand. 102 to hand. Gonna be 102 to hand. Gonna be 105. 105. 107 and a half. 110, 110, 10. 112 and a hand. Gonna be 115. Money 17 and a hand. Gonna be 120, 20. 122 to hand. 125. 127 to hand. Money 130. 130. Got 130 in the back doorway. 130 and 132 to hand. 132 to hand. Gonna be 135. 137 and a half here. Gonna be 140. Money 142 to hand. 145, 145, 147 and a half, 147 and a half, 145, gonna be 147 and a half, 145, you saying it, 147 and a half, 145, money gonna be 147 and a half, all in, all done. 145 Tacho's way, 145, well, I can't see nothing back there, 630 something, 639. $120 here. Gonna be 120, 20, 20. Gonna be 110, 10, 10. Gonna be 110, 10, 10. $1 one. Gonna be 1, 1, 1. Gonna be 1, 1, 1, 1. 85 cents. 85, 87 a hand. 87 a hand. Gonna be 90 here. 92 a hand. Gonna be 95, 97 a hand. Gonna be $1 here. And $1 1, 1, 1. 102 and a half, half. 102 and a half. $1 here. And 102 a hand. 105. 105. 107 a hand. 107 a hand. 107 a hand. 110, 10, 10. 110, 10, 10. And 112 and a hand. Gonna be 112 and a half, half. How about 11? Money 12, 12, 12. Gonna be 13. 113. 113. You know the money. 14. You know the money. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. Now 15 here. Gonna be 116. You know the money. Gonna be 116. 117. Who'd have been 118 here? Gonna be 119. 119. 120. 121. Little money. 122. 22. Gonna be 123. You know the money. 124. 125. 126. 127. Little money. 128. 88. Gonna be 129. 129, 130, 131, little money, 131, 132, 133, little money, 134, 4, 4, another 133, gonna be 134, 133, gonna be 134, 4, 133 and 4, 133 and 4, all in and all done. Sold at 133, going on 7-4. Buck 50 here. Gonna be 150, 50, 50, 125. Gonna be 125, 5, 5. Gonna be 120, 20, 20. Gonna be 120. Where? Gonna be 120, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 121 now. 121. Gonna be 121, 122, 123, 124. Gonna be 125, 6 here. Gonna be 127, 128, 129. Gonna be 130, 131, 132. Gonna be 133, 134, 135, 136, 7 here. 138, 139. Gonna be 140, 141. Gonna be 142, 22. Gonna be 142, 141. Gonna be 142, 22, 22. 141 here, 142 where? Another money gonna be 141, another money gonna be 142, 141, 142, 141, 2, all in, all done. 141, 74, 141, 74. This one's a 5-year-old Hereford Jersey cow, third calf. She's 3 months bred on her third calf. Bred to a Jersey Flex V bull. Buck 25, gonna be 125, 5, gonna be 120, gonna be 120, 20, 20, gonna be 115, 15, 15, gonna be 110, 10, 10, 15, 116, where? 16, 17, 18, 119, gonna be 120, 121, gonna be 122, 123 here, gonna be 124, 125, 126 here, gonna be 127, 127, 127 Al, 127, 126 here, gonna be 127 where? 126, gonna be 127, 126 and 7, all in, all done. 126 Ron's way. Buck 20 here. Gonna be 120, 20, 20. Gonna be 110, 10, 10. 10, 11, 10, 11, gonna be 111, 110, 11 where? 110, 11, 112, 13, 14, 15. Gonna be 116, 117, 118, 119. Gonna be 120, 120, 20, 120, 121. Gonna be 122, 123. Gonna be 123, 124. Gonna be 125, 126 here. 127, 128, 129. Gonna be 129. Gonna be 130, 30. Gonna be 30, 30, 30. Gonna be 130, 32. 130, Travis. 130, 131, 132. Gonna be 133, 134. Gonna be 135, 5, gonna be 136 here, and then 136 here, 136 here. Gonna be 137, 138, 139. 140, 40, and 141. Gonna be 140, 40 here, and 141, 140. Gonna be 141. All in and all done. 140 Ron's way. 140 Ron's way. Not really. No big ones. Here's a dandy. 3 months bred. Oh, Lopez Island cattle here. Gonna be buck 35. Gonna be 135. 5. Gonna be 135. 135 here. 130. Gonna be 30. 30. 30. Gonna be 125. 5. Gonna be 125. 5. Gonna be 125. Now 126 here. Gonna be 125. 126. 127. Gonna be 128. 129 here. Gonna be 130. 131. 132. Gonna be 222. Gonna be 133. 134. 135. 5. Gonna be 136 here. Gonna be 137. 138, gonna be 139, gonna be 140, 140, 139, gonna be 140, where? 139, 40, 40, 139, gonna be 140, 140, 140, now 141, 141, 141, 140 here, gonna be 141, all in and all done, all in and all done. 140 going up top, 140. Put it on 643, put it on 643. 4 months bred here. What number is it, Ellen? Or 616. 4 months bred. Buck 30 here. 30, 30, 30. Gonna be 125, 5. Gonna be 125, 5. Gonna be 125 here. 120, 25 right there. Now 127 a hand. 127 a hand. Gonna be 130 here. Gonna be 130 and 132 to hand. Gonna be 135, 5. 137 a half here. Gonna be 140, 140, 142 to hand. Gonna be 142 to hand. 140 here. Gonna be 142 to half, half, 142 to hand. Gonna be 145, 5. 142 to half, 145, 142 to hand. Gonna be 145, 142 to hand. Gonna be 145. I got him at 142 and a half. You want to be 145? 147 and a half. 147 and a half, going to be 150. 152 and a half. 155. 157 and a half. 160 here. Going to be 150, 157 and a half. 60. 157 and a half. 160 all in, all done. 157 and a half. 649. Thank you. Big fatty here. Yep. Buck 20, gonna be 120, 20, 20, and gonna be 120 right there. Now 121, gonna be 122, 123, 124, 125, 126 here, gonna be 127, who to be 128 over here, 129, 99, gonna be 130, 131, little money, 132, 133, 134, gonna be 135, 136 here, gonna be 137, 138, 88, gonna be 139, gonna be 140, 141 here, little money, gonna be 141, 140 here, little gonna be 141, 140 here, gonna be 141, 141 where, little money, gonna be 141, 140 here, little money, gonna be 141, 141, 140 here, gonna be 141, all in and all done. 140 your way, 203 by 1, 203 by 1. Oh, look at that one. Buck 20 here, gonna be 120, 20, gonna be 120, 20, now 121, little money, 122, 22, little money, gonna be 122, 22, gonna be 122, and 123 here, gonna be 124, 125, 126 here, little money, gonna be 127, 128, little money, 128, gonna be 129, gonna be 130, 130, 131, little money, gonna be 132, little money, 132, gonna be 133, little money, gonna be 134, 4, who to be 134, gonna be 135, 5, 5, 136 here, little money, gonna be 137, 7, 7, who to be 138, little money, gonna be 138, and 139 here, gonna be 139, 138, 9 where, little money, 138, little money, gonna be 139, 138 here, gonna be 139, 9, 9, all in, all done, sold at 138. Ron's way, 138, Ron's way. What do you got left, Denise? 14, last 14. Buck 50 here. Another bit of money, little money, gonna be 50, 50, little money, 50, 50, 50, 5 months bread, 150, little money, gonna be 150, 50, 125, 5, 5, little money, gonna be 125, 127 a hand, little money, 125, gonna be 127 a half. 125, little money, gonna be 127 a hand, 130 here, little money, gonna be 132 a hand, little money, gonna be 135, 5, 5. Gotta be 135, 137 a hand, gonna be 140, little money, who'd be 140, 40, 40, 40, little money, gonna be 142 a hand, little money, gonna be 145, 5, 5, 145, 47 a half, 147 a hand, little money, gonna be 145, little money, gonna be 146 here, little money, 145, 146 where, 145, little money, gonna be 146, 145, 6 where, all in all done, 145 Ron's way. Nice bull here. 150 here, little money, gonna be 50, 50, 50, little money, gonna be 125, little money, 150, did you say? 151 where, little money, gonna be 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, gonna be 156 here, 157, 158, 88, gonna be 158, 159, 159, 160, 161, little money, gonna be 132, 163, little money, gonna be 163, 33, gonna be 164 here, little money, gonna be 165, 166 here, 167, 138, gonna be 139, little money, gonna be 170 here, 169, 170 where, 179, little money, gonna be 170, 169, 170, where little money, gonna be 170, 70, 169 here, little money, gonna be 170, 70, 70, all in, all done, 169, 34. No, I don't think so. Buck 65, gonna be 135, 5, 5, 135, and 136 here, little money, 135, gonna be 136, 137, little money, 137, 77, who to be 137, gonna be 138, 139, 170, 170, 169, little money, gonna be 170, 170, 139, 170, 169, little money, gonna be 170, 179, who to be 170, 169, little money, gonna be 170, 70, 70, little money, who to be 70, 179, 170, gonna be 170, 179, gonna be 170, 169, 70, all in and all done. 169, 7 by Bulls. 169, 7 by Bulls. Oh, here's that Highlander bull, my buddy. I think he's 14 months old, I think.
14 years.
Yeah, right. Scottish Highlander bull here. Buck 20. $1 here, gonna be one, gotta be 85 cents on it, gonna be 85, now 87 and a half, 85, gonna be 87 and a half, gonna be 90 here, gonna be 92 to hand, gonna be 95, 97 and a half here, gonna be $1 and 102 to hand, gonna be 102 to half, gonna be 105, 107 and a half, 107 and a half, 110, 10, 10, 10, 10, 112 and a half, gonna be 112 and a half, 15 here, gonna be 115, 10, 10, 115, 17 and a half, 120, 120, gonna be 122 to hand, gonna be 122 to half, gonna be 125, 5, who do we do 125, 122 to hand, gonna be 125, 125, 127 and a half, 127 and a half, 125, gonna be 127 and a half, gonna be 130, 132 to hand, gonna be 132 and a half, who do we do 132 to hand, gonna be 135, 137 and a half here, gonna be 137 and a half, 137 and a half, gonna be 140, 140, 140, 140, gonna be 140, 137 and a half, gonna be 140, 137 and a half, gonna be 130, 40, 40, 40, gonna be 140, 137 and a half, 140, 137 and a half, gonna be 140, 40, 40, all in and all done, all in and all done, sold at 137 and a half, 34. That's gonna do her, guys. That's gonna do her. Good sale today, hot sale. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll catch you next month. One more time, June. We're skipping July.